In a Twitter video, NHS worker Hassan Akkad told ministers they'd stabbed him in the back.
We are all on minimum wage. You've decided to exclude us from the bereavement scheme. So, if I die fighting coronavirus, my partner isn't allowed an indefinite leave to remain. This is your way of saying thank you to us.
Well, meanwhile, the number of people who've died with the virus has reached 35,704. That's an increase of 363 in 24 hours, but there were no new cases recorded in London and the east of England. In other news, a woman's been charged with murdering a 7-year-old girl who was stabbed to death in a park in Bolton. Emily Jones was killed in Queen's Park on Mother's Day last month. Twitter started testing a new feature that will allow users to control who replies to their tweets. People trialling it can choose one of 3 options, either everyone, only accounts you follow, or only those you mention. Well, on the day, Captain Tom Moore, who raised almost £33 million for NHS charities, said he's overwhelmed after finding out he's being knighted. The Culture Secretary, Oliver Dowden, announced the Queen's birthday honours list is being delayed.
And when we look back on the coronavirus, one of the things we'll remember is the incredible contribution made by so many people. And as a way of showing our national gratitude to these everyday COVID heroes, we're announcing today that we're delaying Her Majesty the Queen's birthday honours list until the autumn so that they can be recognised and celebrated.
The weather tomorrow is still some sunny, warm weather for many of us, but also the chance of thundery showers in the south and east of England.
Talk Radio. Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Is she really going out with him? Well, there she is. Let's ask her. Betty, is that Jimmy's ring you're wearing? Mm-hmm. Gee, it must be great riding with him. Is he picking you up after school today? By the way, where'd you meet him?
I met him at the candy store. You turned around and smiled at me. You get the picture?
Yes, we see.
That's when I fell for the leader of the pack. My folks were always putting him down.
Down, down.
They said he came from the wrong side of town.
What you mean when you say that he came from the wrong side of town?
They told me he was bad, but I knew he was sad. That's why I fell for the leader of the pack. One day my dad said, find someone new. I had to tell my Jimmy with
What you mean when you say that you better go find somebody new?
He stood there and asked me why, but all I could do was cry. I'm sorry I hurt you, leader of the pack.
He sort of smiled and kissed me goodbye. The tears were beginning to show. As he drove away on that rainy night, I begged him to go slow. Whether he heard, I'll never know.
Look out, look out, look out, look out! I felt so helpless, what could I do?
Wow!
Remembering all the things we've been through.
Stick a pencil up there.
In school they all stop and stare. I can't have her tears, but I don't care. I'll never forget him, the leader of the pack. Go, leader of the pack. Now he's gone. Go, leader of the pack.
I mean, it's either that or World Weary by Noel Coward. I just don't know. I'm reminded, Catherine, that I had that was one of the first singles I ever owned. I'd forgotten that I owned that. I heard that on something last night or today, and what was I listening to? I have no idea. But I heard it and I was transported back to when I had a clutch of records that my parents gave me in an old dance set record player when I was like 5 or 6. And the albums I had were a mixed bunch. The albums were the very first Monkees album, but without a cover. It was the 1812 Overture and the Black and White Minstrels. And the singles that I had were I'm a Believer, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, the best A and B side in pop ever. Debate, 03444991000. Is there a better A and B side? I don't think there is. A couple of other things. And I had I had Jungle Rock. You know Jungle Rock? Jungle, 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 jungle rock. Do you know that song?
I'm not familiar with that.
You don't know Jungle Rock?
Great.
And I had Leader of the Pack, which is... It doesn't sound right without the crackles. But man alive, that is a messed up song. It's I used to pore over that as a kid. That is a messed up song.
She met him in a sweet shop, and then it all goes pear-shaped. There were a lot of those songs, weren't there? There was sort of a spate of these tragic, rebellious youth, terrible car crash songs, weren't there?
Yeah. I tell you what it was. It was on the Radio 4 Extra quiz show, Counterpoint, hosted by Paul Gambaccini, and it was that they played a bit of that, and I was transported to being a kid and just feeling awful for the guy, but worse for that poor girl, because she was so in love with him, and I always thought, because it's there's a little bit of the Bananaramas in there, and I'm a big fan of Bananarama, and in that I mean slightly bored girls that can't sing that well.
Singing in unison, yeah.
And I just remember listening to that song as a 6-year-old and thinking, oh my God, her friends don't really care. This is awful what she's going through. Her friends aren't that bothered.
Well, she didn't tell him straight away. I mean, it would have been a short song, wouldn't it? She's picking you up, now he's dead, at the end. She sort of says, no. And then they ask how they met, which isn't the usual thing. You would say, why not? But then, again, a very short song. But, it's one of those.
What other death songs are there? There are, of course, big sort of like late 50s to about just before the Beatles, I think. And a lot of them got banned by the BBC. That was the Shangri-Las. They were all white.
Were they?
Yeah, they were white. And
No.
I only just found that out when I was looking them up online. I wanted to go to YouTube to see if I could find a crackly version as opposed to the pristine Spotify. They were all white girls. Isn't that funny? It's the early 60s. Now I know that. I think actually it does, and I'm going to say something that doesn't really make sense, but in terms of sort of 60s girl groups, it does. Actually, it does sound quite white, and it's only because I was reading about Diana Ross and the Supremes yesterday, and that is most definitely a black band. You can tell from until they kind of became a little bit more, Berry Gordy tried to make them a little bit more mainstream, but you can tell that they are black singers and black musicians, and the songs are produced by black, you can tell.
Yeah.
But I just assumed that was... Anyway, here's Jungle Rock. This was the song. God, I used to love this as a kid. You never heard it? Oh.
I was walking through the jungle just the other night.
Wait to the chorus, man.
Oh, well, I heard a finger rumble and I thought it was a fight. Oh, well, I stood and listened and began to move my feet. It was a
jungle, 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 jungle rock. A jungle, 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 jungle rock.
A jungle, 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 jungle rock. A jungle, 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 jungle rock. I knocked out feet and I had to move my feet. It was a jungle.
Now this song scared the hell out of me, right? Because I always find songs that have got a lot of reverb on make me very, very uncomfortable. I don't know why. It's why I don't really like the early Elvis stuff. That reverb just makes me feel very nervous. And I just couldn't understand why this dude was in a jungle and then there were like people rocking in a jungle. Oh, jeez. Confusing.
That's surely a breach of the country code, isn't it? You're not supposed to shout. You should be rocking.
No. You don't want to disturb like a monkey or a zebra. What other tragedy songs? Of course, there's Tell Laura I Love Her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honey.
flippin' heck. Honey, Bobby Goldsborough, yes. There were loads. Oh, here we go.
There was one. There are some with that have like ghost voices in, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. Well, there we go. We have a couple of things out there, dear listener, that you may wish to partake in. Not that. Put that down back in the ashtray, please. Is there a better A and B side than the beautiful, uplifting bubblegum pop of I'm a Believer, backed with the hard punk rock of Stepping Stone by the Monkees, and songs where people die. 0344 49, as if there's not enough death in the world. 0344 499 1000. I just need to check the boys are asleep. Hang on. Boys, are you asleep? Good. Okay, thank you. Yeah, they're asleep. They tell me. Hang on a minute.
Oh, aren't they good?
Yeah, they are good. Are you sure you're asleep? Yeah. Okay, no, they're asleep. It's fine. No. I thought I'd catch them out, but no, they are asleep. You can listen on DAB. You can download any radio app, and there are many that are, well, let's be honest, better than ours. Or you can go online to the Talk Radio website, or you can watch half of the show here tonight, and that's my half, unfortunately, guys. If you go to YouTube, imagine the rest, youtube.com/Iain Lee, and let's smash those like buttons. I was going to go to Thomas. Thomas is gone, so we're going to go to Gavin instead. Good evening, Gavin.
Hello, man.
Gavin. We've had this conversation, mate, several times now. We both agreed that you coming on this show is not a good idea for anybody. We've agreed this several times now, mate. So I'm just wondering why you thought that rule didn't apply anymore.
I think it doesn't apply anymore because I've been straight for about 6 months now.
It does apply. It does apply. So congratulations on being straight, if that's the case.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, great, wonderful. Gavin, we have both agreed, me, you and Catherine have agreed several times on air now, mate, that when you phone us, it doesn't work out well for you and it doesn't work out well for us. And we have agreed that you can phone any other show you want, right?
I appreciate that.
But not this one.
Yeah, I will take that on the chin.
Thank you, Gavin. 0344 499 1000. There's an uncomfortable start to the show. Let's go to Phil. Good evening, Phil.
Hey, Ian. How are you, mate? You're all right?
What have you got for us, Phil?
I was on the other night. Do you remember I'm the street party man and you hate street parties?
I don't really remember, but go on.
Okay. We've come up with a morale-boosting distraction, whereas next 8 August, we hold a day like a public holiday, yeah? Just bear with me, Ian. This could be quite good for you, mate, yeah? And for the whole country.
It won't be good for me. I guarantee it will not be good for me.
Okay, it's all to do with mental health, mate. The whole thing is a distraction. Do you know anything about how powerful a distraction is in mental health?
I've got absolutely no idea about anything, Phil. Thanks for listening to my show in the past. Why don't you educate me?
No, all I want to do, distraction. When people are suffering, which they are suffering now, distraction of the mind, taking your mind off the bad and replacing it with good, yeah? It helps you get better.
Well. I mean, distractions don't help you get better. Let me just say that premise, I believe, is completely false. But carry on, because I just can't be bothered.
Okay. I'm going to prove you wrong. That premise is completely false, okay?
Jesus, years of psychology and study know that premise is completely wrong. A mild distraction does not make you better.
Okay. Do you want to know what my current circumstances are right now?
No.
Okay. After 9 years...
Oh, are you going to tell me?
of suffering severe
I said no.
depression. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Suffering severe depression.
Oh, God.
The 31st of July, I was an hour away from being homeless. The only place I could move back to was the house I was abused in as a child.
Gosh, yeah? I mean, we're 15 minutes into the show. We've already turfed off somebody.
Hold on, mate, hold on.
But this is supposed to be an upbeat, fun show. I mean, dear God.
This is going to be an upbeat, fun show.
We've just talked about being abused in a house.
Yeah, mate, it was a long time ago, yeah? I've had to move back to the house. I've had to deal with all my past. Yeah?
Why?
I was an hour
Why
away from being
there?
homeless.
Yeah, but
because
why
it was the
there?
only place I've had.
Is that with your parents?
No, my mum died here last year.
So-
I lost everything because of my depression. I'm talking business, family, marriage, everything. I was penniless last July. The only place I could move back to.
Can we get to the point of this call? Because with all due respect, Phil,
it's the
this is
distraction.
boring me.
Okay, well, it's the power of distraction of the mind.
Okay, the
And
power of
that's what
distraction
this
of the
whole
mind
day
worked
is
for you.
about.
That's great. That's wonderful. It doesn't work it doesn't cure depression for most people, but it worked for you. That's great. So you're doing a day next.
It does.
Phil. It isn't.
you.
It isn't. In that case, why are there so many people depressed?
Because modern life gets people down.
Yeah, exactly.
The
But a
fast-paced
distraction
modern life
is
gets
simply
people down.
a distraction. Yeah, it might bring you out of yourself for 5 minutes. It might have no impact. It might have a negative impact. It will not. For the majority of people, he said, putting that caveat in because it would appear that it may have worked for you. But for the majority of people, it will not permanently cure depression.
No, they won't permanently. I will agree with you there. Ian.
Right.
They
Can
will
we
not
get to the point of the call?
permanently agree. A distraction. You give people hope, yeah, for something that they think will never happen. Celebrities paying for everybody else to get rat-faced next August wouldn't happen, yeah? You have to put a plan in place to make it happen. You give everybody hope to see themselves through this coronavirus.
Why is everyone getting rat-faced? Do you think that helps depression?
No, that was just a gesture. To
Okay.
have street parties, enjoy yourself, and rekindle everything.
And so we'll have cured coronavirus by then, will we?
We should have done, because if not, mate, it's going to be a really, really, really sad world with the amount of people who are depressed
Phil,
there.
let me invite
And the
Phil.
councillors won't be able to cope.
Phil, come and sit down. I've got a spare chair in the real world, okay? And I'd like you to sit in it. The coronavirus is going to be around for years, and there is a strong possibility we may never. First of all, we won't have a cure for COVID-19, and secondly, Phil, could you just let me finish? Because I had to listen to your boring tedium. You listen to mine. There is a strong chance.
You're not boring, mate. You make me laugh.
I know. I was just being self-deprecating to make you feel better. There is a strong chance we may never have a vaccine for coronavirus, and if we do, we may not have it for 2 or 3 years. So your fantasy of everything being fine by August next year, so we can all go and rub each other, is nonsense.
Remember the other night we said we chose
No,
August next year and the date could be moved.
respond to what I said.
Yeah, we may never have a cure. Nobody knows. We could have a cure. Nobody knows.
Scientists pretty much know that we ain't never going to get a cure. And I'm going to be specific with my words. And scientists are sceptical as to whether we'll have a vaccine in the next 15, 16 months.
Then we're all going to have to completely readjust our lives, aren't we?
Well done! Yes!
Yeah.
Correct!
Yeah.
You got it!
Which is going to put more people are going to be depressed, aren't
Exactly, Phil, but you go and distract them with a card trick. Thank you, Phil. 0344 499. Okay, dear God. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Picture this. Small businesses on eBay are working to
get things moving.
Sending spices to novice cooks.
Airbags to kids. Desks for home offices.
Delivering the goods.
Shipping footballs.
Fruit trees.
And dishwashers.
Thousands of small businesses on eBay are helping to keep the nation going. They are individually brilliant, stronger as one. Buy, sell, eBay.
Switch to Sky Broadband Superfast. It's so reliable, we'll guarantee you get the speed we promised or money back. It's £27 a month for 18 months with a £19.95 setup fee. So stay connected with super reliable Sky Broadband Superfast. Switch or recontract, visit sky.com.
Prices may change during this period. Include Sky Pay As You Talk. Sky Fibre area. Speeds vary by location. If speed drops below minimum download speed for 3 consecutive days, we will refund 1 month subscription. Claim twice in minimum term after first 14 days. See sky.com/guarantee. New line installations may be subject to delay.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Good evening, Thomas.
Evening. I kind of need the loo. Can you call me back in like 5 minutes?
No, doesn't work like that. So if you're going to go to the loo, that's great. Go, and we'll speak later in the week.
Okay, I'll hold.
Okay.
Do you think that...
I'm only treating you someone told me off for being mean to you yesterday. I'm only treating you the way I would treat every other caller. Because that's fair. I'm not going to patronise you because you are young.
Do you think it's fine that I'm getting tests by my school during this time?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And there he's gone. Something's shifting there, Catherine.
Yeah.
Something's shifting there.
Yeah, I'm feeling very uneasy about this whole thing.
Something's
Very
shifting
late.
there. Something's shifting there. Up until 10:30, we've said I'm kind of cool with that. Something's shifting there. The leader of the pack, Dave.
I need to go to the loo. Can you give us about 5? No.
Yeah, of course we can, mate. No worries.
Doesn't normally stop. Yeah, just carry on.
Death songs.
Yes, here we go. Oh, I knew we could count on Upbeat David to give us a list of death songs.
There's a great compilation of death songs.
Yes.
Now that's what I call depressing.
It's
Volume
like
1.
Music to be murdered by or something like that. It's Johnny Remember Me.
Johnny, that's got a ghost voice, isn't it?
Yeah. It's. I think Chaz Hodges played on that. It's some Joe Meek record, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Well, he probably did in that case.
I know the Shawaddy Waddy version from the Shawaddy Waddy.
You would do.
Our best ofs, that I had growing up.
I've been reminded of one great song, and I didn't know this was a death song. We used to play this on 3 Counties, Catherine. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I didn't realise
Yeah, because
she's dead.
Spoiler.
And he's phoning up to listen to her voice on the answer phone. Here we go.
Hello, this is Johnny. I'm sorry that I'm not home. But if you leave me your name and number, I promise soon as I get in I'll phone.
Joni came over to my house last night. I drank a little too much red and we got into a fight. She said I'm leaving and I let her go alone.
Whoa! Here's the thing. Apart from the silly chorus...
Drink driving.
Well, yes. The verses rock, don't they? And I let her go alone. These verses rock. This is incredible.
Came over to my house last night. I drank a little too much red and we got into a fight.
Here we go.
She said I'm leaving and I let her go alone. I felt so damn bad this morning I reached right for the phone and called her right away.
We'll play that 11 o'clock. That's a song.
Such a good song.
That's a song. Paul Evans. What do we know about Paul Evans?
That sounds like an alibi to me.
Actually, you're right. You've been working with the fuzz for too long, mate.
Too much to drink. We had a fight. She went home and on her own. You know, it's something up.
First suspect's always the boyfriend.
I wonder.
First thing in the morning.
I wonder. Hey, Paul Evans is 82 years old now, and he hasn't served a day in prison for murdering Joni. Let's find out about Paul Evans. He had a sizable hit in the UK and Australia. Oh my God! Do you know what his biggest worldwide hit was?
Paul Evans. It rings a bell, but
Is it called If I Had Done It?
It's a paedophile song.
No.
So paedophilia and murder, Mr. Paul Evans.
7 little girls sitting in the back seat, hugging and a kissing with Fred.
I don't think he means actual
Why
little girls.
don't one of you come up and sit beside me? And this is what the 7 girls said.
All together now. 1, 2, 3.
Keep your eyes on the road, keep your hands on the wheel. Keep your filthy eyes on the road ahead. We're having fun, sitting in the back seat.
Kissing and a hugging with Fred.
It's outrageous.
Didn't that turn into Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny in Mallet World?
It might have done in Mallet World, Catherine, the place I try and avoid as often as possible. He's written songs Elvis covered everybody, so that doesn't count. It doesn't really give much details about him, but he's still alive. Dirty get. Isn't it funny? All right. Yeah, sorry, Dave, I forgot you were still there. Continuez-vous, s'il vous plaît, monsieur.
You had to tell Laura I love her, didn't you?
By the way, just look at my forehead on YouTube, guys. Sorry.
Listening.
Look at my... No, it's bright red. I think I've got COVID. I've got it.
Sunburn.
No, it's not sunburn. It's not. Well, how have I not got it on the rest of my face? It's because I've been rubbing forehead on me. Like, this is about my 8th tube of forehead. And I'm just cane. This is the stuff you just rub on your head. I'm caning it. Look at it, Kath. Look at my head.
Has it made your skin more sensitive, I wonder, to the sun?
I think I'm thinking too hard.
That reminds me of the Tefal advert years ago.
Oh, the big head. We had a kid in the who a couple of years above us at school who had a massive slap head, and so we called him Tefal. He had curly hair. We called him Tefal. Dave, please, I keep forgetting you're there because you keep going quiet. We've got to really coax this out of you tonight.
Okay, so Tell Laura I Love Her had an answer song called Tell Tommy I Miss Him, which was a minor hit.
Okay.
But there's one of the deathbed songs I like is Patches by Clarence Carter. You know, Patches?
Oh, yes, I do know Patches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sing a bit to us, Dave.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm surprised you haven't named a famous post-mortem song.
Oh.
Wuthering Heights. Ghost voice. She's a ghost.
It's not post-mortem. It doesn't do a post-mortem.
It's after death.
Yeah, but it's not That's not what post-mortem means. It is literally what it means, but you know, Quincy doesn't go around hunting ghosts, Catherine.
Well, maybe he should.
Maybe he should. I would watch that. There's an episode of Diagnosis Murder where there's like a sort of vampire in it, right?
Good.
And you're set up to go, well, obviously it's just a weirdo. But then at the end, it turns out he's a real vampire and he disappears in a puff of smoke. That's a true story.
Diagnosis bullshine.
Yeah, that's a true story. Dave, would you like your death to be celebrated in song?
Well, how do you know it hasn't been?
Oh.
Cut him off. He's
I
a ghost.
might be dead already.
Cut him off. Get rid of him. 0344449911000. So I bought Catherine, and I bought you a present, Catherine.
Thanks.
But I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I don't want you... What I have bought you could be perceived by many to be a romantic gesture, and it ain't. Trust me.
Oh.
It is not in any way about romance.
How big is it?
It's a box. It's a small box you're going to get through the post. I, at my own personal expense... No, but it's going to take your blood.
Oh.
I've bought you a COVID-19 test.
Thanks. No, thanks. Actually, I've been intrigued by those.
I saw online today. I've bought us one each, and I thought that we could...
Are they proper, though, or are they like...
Proper.
From
No, they're
Scams
proper.
R Us?
Superdrug are selling them now.
Okay.
Superdrug are selling them for 69 quid, right? And as soon... They just announced it today, and as soon as I found out, I went to the website, and they've sold out. So... I looked around online, and this is the test that the government came out recently and said is almost 100% accurate. It's the same test, right?
All right. Is that the one Jeremy Vine's done?
There we go. Noel Taylor's just sent me an email signed Noel Taylor, a.k.a. Liam Rolia, a.k.a. Lord Jesus Christ, and that goes straight to the spam. Yeah. And it's 69 quid, and people are rightfully complaining on Twitter, it's outrageous, we should get it for free. Yeah, we should get it for free, but we ain't. And in fairness, Superdrug have for years been selling testing kits for all kind. I noticed they had syphilis, and there were loads of testing kits on there that you can get done for free on the NHS. So they've always had this service of selling a testing kit for something you can get done for free for between 40 and 60 quid, I think.
Okay.
So I looked at that, they'd sold out. So then I Googled it, and there are loads of places now that are selling it, the same kit, And so I found one that was a little bit more expensive. It was 99 quid each.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. And I thought, and I googled this place. It's a legit place, and it is, it's legit. It's got good rating. So I've ordered us one each. Now, it's almost definitely, no, not definitely. I was going to say it's ultimately pointless, and it isn't though, because if we do find out that, which I don't think we will, but if we do find out that once you've had it, you can't get it again, then there is a point to doing this test. I think most people are suggesting that isn't going to. Well, no, actually, I don't know that. It's a possibility it may not go that way, and that once you've had it, you may be able to get it again. In which case, it's kind of ultimately pointless. But I'd just be really interested to know. It will not improve my life in any way until we know whether you can get it again or not. It will not really change. It won't change how I behave. It won't change my going out behaviour. But I just really want to know if I've had it. I really want to know if I've had it. And
because we were both a little bit. Well, we were both quite ill at the beginning of the year, weren't we?
Yeah, there was something.
Yeah.
So I thought we could do it. What you do is you get a little kit. There is instructions. You've got to clean your hands, and you've got to do all of this and that. Then you've got to take a blood sample, and you send it off. And I think you get the results back in like 3 or 4 days. I thought
you have to send it off.
You've got to send it off. Yeah, it's not like a pregnancy test. You've got to send it back, and they do it in the lab.
The ones I've seen, you put it in like a little hole in the thing, and it flashes up.
Oh, really? Have I bought the wrong one? Oh,
don't
shit.
know.
Hang on.
We'll see. No, it's all good. It's all good.
No, I think hang on a minute. Superdrug COVID test. I think the Superdrug one you got to send back. Yeah, you got to send it back. I think. Let me just read this on the Metro. Results are posted through Superdrug's online doctor portal 24 hours after reaching the lab. So you've got to send it back, yeah. I thought we could... wow, Cody spelt waste wrong. I thought we could answer...
I would like a waste of money. That's ever expanding.
We could open our envelopes on air on the show. Because it's not like saying, you're doing a pregnancy test on air or a cancer test on air or anything like that. It doesn't actually change it, but it tells you if you've had it or if you haven't had it. And I would love to know. I'd love to know. So, no, it's not a waste of money. I would love to know. And the people that are complaining with £69, well, Superdrug have always, as I said, have always done this. And also, this is what happens when you've got an incompetent, lying government. So don't have a go at Superdrug or any of the other companies. I'm up for it. I want to know. And also, I want to, because one of my boys reminded me that a while ago, before this all really kicked off, he had a terrible, terrible cough and was really poorly for a week. Now, may just have been a terrible, terrible cough, but it may not have been. And it was it's just interesting, guys. That's all.
A lot of us were, a bit dicky over the winter because that's what happens over the winter. It's like damp conditions, going in and out of heated buildings, that kind of stuff. But it would be good to know. And I think most of us have wondered whether we've already had it or not.
Yeah,
we had plenty of time to think about it.
Yeah. We'll see. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're very welcome. Let us go to Alistair. Good evening, Alistair.
Hello there.
Hello there, Alistair. I started my step 1 today.
Oh, again?
Well, I haven't done steps. Let me be honest. I haven't done steps for like 10 years. And then I got a sponsor. Right. I got a sponsor last year. And we started step 1, but it was just that sponsor didn't really gel. So then I went to another sponsor, and we just could never find a time to meet up. And so now I've got a new sponsor. I've had him since about Christmas. No, anyway, I've had him for a while. And so today I started my step 1. I'm doing it predominantly around sex, with a little bit of drugs and booze thrown in there just to spice it. Just to spice it up. So, and I say I've started it. I read and I read and I read up until I got to the first question, and I went, well, that's enough for today. I can do the written work at the weekend, of course. So Yeah, I've started it. I've started it.
That's how I've been. I got to step 4, and when I'd not been feeling so great, I feel fine now this week. But I couldn't do any of it, and I sort of confessed to my sponsor that I've not been really doing well. But he was fine about that. It's just do it at your own pace.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Alistair, what can we do for you on this very, very sweaty evening?
Right. Well, you mentioned sad songs, right?
Yeah.
So I've got a song. It's not a single or anything, but it's on an album from a while ago, and I wondered if you minded if I'd go at the end part of the end of it.
Okay.
It's called "Get 'Em Out by Friday."
Oh. Who's this by? The Style Council?
Genesis.
Oh.
But pre 71. So it's not.
Okay. Well,
it's
what
not,
you want to sing it?
Well, just the end of it. I'll just do 4 lines.
Go on then.
Okay. Right. I'll just gotta breathe a bit and prepare. Right. So, basically, just the song is about.
You were about to go for it then, and then you pulled back and started talking. You were going to do it then.
No, it's about people being chucked out of the house.
Okay.
So, right. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and I hear the directors of genetic control have been buying all the properties that have recently been sold.
Yes.
Taking risks so bold. It's said now that people will be shorter in height, they can fit twice as many in the same building site. They say it's all right.
4 very long lines.
Shall I stop there?
Yes, please. Thank you, Alistair. That's very kind, and I appreciate it. 0344 499 1000. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
Online, on DAB, and on a Talk Radio app.
Many of these businesses will need to operate in new ways to ensure they're safe.
Talk Radio.
Which Experts Explain with Mike Graham on Talk Radio. During this uncertain time, Which offers consumer rights advice for you and your family. Join Mike Graham tomorrow morning from 10 as Which Experts explain your rights on a range of consumer issues, from financial support and flight refunds to scam protection and safe shopping. Don't miss Which Experts Explain with Mike Graham tomorrow morning from 10 on Talk Radio. Get free impartial advice about your consumer rights at which.co.uk.
Today our phones are our camera of choice. But picture this. They can also help with our tax return too. Download the EY Tax Chat app to connect with EY professionals. With EY Tax Chat, you can file your tax return at the touch of a button from the comfort of your own home. With no paper documents or complicated software, use the app today to get this year's tax return out of the way. And all from just £329. Search or download EY Tax Chat now.
Evenings with James Whale on Talk Radio.
Keep connected with round-the-clock news, essential information and expert insight.
Are they going to stop everybody that's sort of wandering around and talking that's close together?
Cutting through the confusion with everything you need to stay safe, informed and entertained.
You know, there are so many things in our day-to-day lives that we have to contend with that are dangerous, but we don't suddenly stop the whole of the economy.
Evenings with James Whale. Weeknights from 7 on Talk Radio. Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Oh, God.
What?
I've just gone on Twitter. What's happened? So someone has said...
Say something.
The government advises against antibody tests, even from Superdrug. I've replied, well, the government advice on this whole thing hasn't been great, so I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt. And then Romy Serrati says, okay, Iain Lee, I can't believe I have to point out that calling anybody's story of lifelong depression and childhood abuse tedious and boring is beyond disgusting and irresponsible. Were it not for Julia Hartley-Brewer and Mike Graham, I would boycott Talk Radio. Okay, Romy,
okay.
It's not actually what I said. His call was boring, but anyway.
Also, do a little bit of research before you start kicking out people. Just a little suggestion.
Oh my God, people. Hello, this is Joni. I'm sorry, but I'm not home. Hello, Arlene.
Hello, you two. I have got very interested in your subject on death songs.
Okay.
And I have in front of me a book which is called Death Discs.
Oh.
By someone called Alan Clayson.
Okay.
And that goes into very detail. But I also have a CD called Dead, the Grim Reaper's Greatest Hits.
Holy
Okay, now I think we need to be looking at your hard drive.
Yes.
So a couple of the songs are by, well, two of them are by Jan and Dean.
Dead Man's Curve.
Yes.
Won't come back from Dead Man's Curve. And of course, Jan Berry crashed his car on Dead Man's Curve, and he barely came back. It's true.
And the other one is A Beginning from an End.
Oh, I don't know that one.
No. But another two is one called Twinkle. It's by Twinkle, and it's called Terry.
Oh, yeah, Terry. Yep.
Yeah. And Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks.
Terry Jacks. That was a terrible, terrible song.
Goodbye, my friend. It's hard to die.
Awful, awful song. I mean, just one of the worst.
And as it's Mental Health Week, there is a song called Rubber Room, and I think it might be by George Jones, but it's a crazy song.
Okay, well, that sounds highly inappropriate, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Arlene, thank you very much indeed. 0344499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You're very, very welcome. Let's do a love bomb. I'm just working out, can I do it from here? Yeah, I can. Should we do a Periscope love bomb?
Yeah, go on.
Let's spread some love. Spread a little love in your heart. Guys, go on to periscope.tv /
Which of course means Sam needs to get his finger near the dump button.
Oh, yeah, Sam, hover near the dump button.
I always am.
You're good lad, thank you. I know. You and Amy are the best. I would normally feel a little bit nervous being so far away from that big red button, but having you two there is I feel comfortable. So I'm going to find Periscope on my phone. Have I got it on this phone? Yes, I have. Right. So I'm going to find somebody on Periscope who has not got many viewers, and we are going to have a little look and join them and see what we can see. Right. So we're a little bit earlier in the UK, so there might be someone in the UK. Let's see. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look here. Why is everybody smoking spliffs on Periscope?
Lockdown, isn't it?
Lockdown, rock down. Get your rocks down. No, there's no one in the UK of any interest. Right. So we're going to go to the United States of America. What's that? Hang on. So I'm going to check some out. No, that's not a very good signal. They're in a car. Oh, hang on. What are they saying, Catherine?
Et ça peut monter jusqu'à genre super cher. Paris, ils abusent, une chambre c'est presque 1 million. Mais quand je dis une chambre, genre là les prix c'est de location, genre je sais pas.
She's talking about the price of rooms in Paris, I think.
Okay, well she's in New York, so she shouldn't be. So that's misleading.
But.
Okay. Oh, another one. Just smoking weed. I mean, when I used to smoke weed, it was a very, very private experience. And I'm so grateful no photos or videos were taken. And then someone got in touch with me. My friend Simon and his friend Phil, who I've not seen for ages, reminded me that years ago, when I was doing the 11 o'clock show, I compared this really small little charity event for them somewhere in the southwest, somewhere in Somerset. And the headline act It was in like a church hall or something, and it was to raise money for dogs or something. I did it because Simon was a mate, and his then girlfriend organised it. And the headline act, so it was quite a good draw, right? The lineup was, I don't know who the other bands were, but hosted by the bloke from the 11 o'clock show, while the 11 o'clock show was still going on. And the headline act was Crispian Mills from Cooler Shaker, who still had a little bit of, and I remember he played the Fall Guy. And I was emailed by Simon and Phil, who'd been there, saying, I videoed it. Phil said, I videoed it, and I found the tape of it. And he sent it to me, and I'm never going to watch it. But then Simon said, yeah, I watched it. It's hilarious. It's basically you and Phil skinning up in a car. Wowzers. That was me letting my guard down, because I would never. I thought I was very careful at not allowing that stuff to be filmed at all. And I'm saying that with my children in the house. Dear God. Okay, let's try and find somebody. Oh, this could be nice. Hang on. No. Okay. It's tough here. Come roll up and talk to me. Stop smoking weed on bloody Periscope, you stoners. Oh, this could be good. We got it. This woman's miming. She's got 3 viewers. Right. Hang on, let me just take this off. I'm going to hover because it might be sweary. But I think we might be okay. So, it is. Oh, hang on. Share live on Twitter. Hang on, so I'm sharing it on Twitter. I think this should work. Periscope.tv/she-bee, as in Bumblebee, glam. She-bee, B-E-E, glam, G-L-A-M. That should work. I'm tweeting the link now. Go in, be nice. Be nice. She's doing a lovely little dance there. She's got 4 viewers. Does that link work, Catherine?
Yes, it does.
Get in there. Send love. We've got 22 viewers. Here we go. 25. Just hover over that dump, Sam, because I'm trying to... here we go.
Hey. Wait a minute. That's... Oh, Jesus. Take the wheel. I see 52, 54 people. What's going on? Hello? Who is in here with all these... Oh, Jesus. What's going on?
114. Here we go.
Somebody share me. Oh, my God. Hello, everyone.
Here we go.
Somebody share me. Who shared me? Because y'all are coming out the woodworks. Hello, everyone. I am She-Bee Glam, a freelance makeup artist.
Look at her incredible eyelashes.
And a box grader. Oh my God. Hello, everyone. It's like, who did this? I'm telling y'all, I'm going crazy now. I see 220 people in here.
Those lashes are going to take off.
Yeah, they're going to hit the screen. Just come closer.
So periscope.tv/she-bee, B-E-E, glam.
In a matter of seconds.
252. From 4 to 252. Be nice.
All right, let's go. Woo! Yay. Hey. Hello, everyone.
We're going to reach 300.
All I'm doing is listening to my songs of choice. That's all. Oh.
302.
Hello. Something that went on. I don't know. This is weird.
Oh, did you see that? She did skunk face.
I'm live on Talk Radio in the UK.
Oh, yeah, stink face.
Are you serious?
Stink face,
I'm on
I
the
apologise.
radio?
I called it skunk face. That's outrageous.
Oh my God, what radio am I on? In the UK. Hello.
Oh, I love her.
Welcome.
Periscope.tv/shebeglam.
I see London is all up in the building. Hello. Yes. Hi. I hope you guys are
I'm going to see if I can call her. Hang on.
safe. All is well.
I'm going to see if I can call her.
You guys have me sweating. I'm like, what is going on in here? Yes. Oh my God.
357. This is insane.
What does this mean? Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, hello from Ireland. Hello,
Ireland.
everyone.
She's got more people in there than are watching me on YouTube, Kath.
I will keep singing, actually. Let me put on something that I can sing to for you guys. Oh my God. Like, I'm overwhelmed.
We're going to get close to 400. This is ridiculous.
I cannot believe that you all are in here. Hey! Let me sing something.
Someone said, Lane said, I live in a town called Seaham. It's CAC. Oh, I love her. I love her.
This is weird.
Don't tell her she's won a
I've
car.
never had close to 400 people in my broadcast.
She had 2 when I found her. I love her.
Oh, wow.
Now it's become a broadcast.
I just don't believe it. I will sing for you.
Oh!
Just wait a minute. I'm trying to find a song.
Yeah, baby.
Oh.
This is it.
Okay. Let me go here since you want to hear me sing.
Yes, we do.
Let me do this, girl. I do know this song. Oh, my God. Sing for us, I will sing. Hold up. Let me find a song. Give me a... Hold up. All right.
Here we go, baby.
I've been waiting on you.
Oh, she
Come
can sing.
She actually can sing.
And sit for a while.
I thought it was going to be one of your songs for a minute.
You thought what, Kath?
Come on in and sit on my... I was thinking it's one of your
Oh,
songs.
shut up, please. Don't make me rude.
Yes. Come on. Something in my soul ain't right. I can't sleep at
She's actually really good.
Wondering when the change gone.
We've just Periscope love bombed somebody. If you've got a computer, a phone, or a tablet, periscope.tv/shebeglam. Shebeglam.
All the neighbors stop and stare. My pastor says to stay in prayer. Like now, it's raining. The whole world is full of this pandemic. But we gonna make it. We gonna make it. Stay strong. Remain safe. Stay in your house. Don't go nowhere unless you have to. Because that coronavirus is out there. I'm just saying. Stay safe, my people. We all in this together.
Oh, I love you.
Oh, doing your
Can't
makeup.
believe the way you talk. It seems you wanna call it off. Friends see you treat me like dirt. What happened to better off for worse? Can you tell me? Yes,
Yep.
I appreciate
Oh,
you
baby,
all.
we appreciate you.
Thank you so much. This is overwhelming. I appreciate the love and the encouragement. Yes. Hello, Scotland.
Oh, I love this woman so much.
Hello.
This is what it's about.
Here too. Oh my God. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, baby. Every now and then she just goes back into doing a face. I love it.
Yes, let me see. Oh. Yes, I appreciate you all.
She's working the crowd.
Isn't it?
Yes. Oh, I appreciate you all. Yes. I can't even sing the song. I'm looking at these comments and all the people. I appreciate the love. Yes. I'm going insane. Am I? 'Cause it will rain sometime. gonna be pain. You just gotta stay strong.
Yeah, baby.
Come on now.
I'm staying strong.
This is what we want. Yes. Yes. Oh, it's overflow. It's an overflow.
Right, we're going to say goodbye to her. Thank you so much. If you're watching this back later, thank you. That's what it's all about. Just finding someone who is delightful and who hasn't got a big audience and just coming in and celebrating you and sending you some love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was fun, Boyley.
I love her.
Thank you, everybody who played nice, because sometimes you get a few, you'd be surprised, but sometimes you get a few idiots on the internet, and everybody, as far as I could tell there, was playing nice. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. Right. Naomi, Simon and Brian, stay there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because we're going to have a little break in a second. If you want to give us a call, if you're wondering what the show is about, well, that's it, really. We talk about kind of anything, and we try and celebrate, and we try and spread a little bit of love. It's hard to do it all the time. I'm a human being. I get things spectacularly wrong from time to time, but I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, and I'm trying to tidy up things that I've got wrong, and I'm trying to do less things. There's mosquitoes. Look, I'm squeezing my... Oh, I squeezed it in my finger, and it popped. Oh! Oh, mummy. But this is, this is the show. It doesn't get any more complicated than this. So, if you want to give us a call about anything, please do. I really ask that you be sober. I'd really like it if you were sober, because we're struggling with being bothered to talk to drunk people. Real nuisance.
Well, but the point is, it takes a long time, and they don't remember it the next day.
Yeah.
And, it's a waste.
So, but please try and be sober. But you can call in about anything you want. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very welcome. Sam will take your name and number, and we'll give you a call straight back. So it costs you hardly anything. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 with Iain Lee and Katherine Boyle, only on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Like Lotto? Then you'll love 2 bets for 50p on Mini Lotto at Lottoland. That's right, 2 bets for 50p. Just pick 5 numbers from 42 and bet for a daily £80,000 jackpot. Sit back, relax and place your bets at Lottoland.
What a lovely lady.
18s and over. Offer for new customers only and may only be used once. Offer ends December 31st, 2020. Terms apply. BeGambleAware.org.
Across the nation, we've been discovering loads of new ways to get moving around the home. Why not join in? Join the lounge lunging, the 1-2 punching, and the star jumping while the spaghetti's on the hob. Don't let that water boil over. Join the impromptu dance parties happening over the phone. And the just 5 more minutes of playing astronauts and aliens in the garden. Please. Join the chair dips, the leg lifts, and the just shaking things out for a bit, happening all across the country. Join the movement. To see how you can get moving, search Stay In, Work Out.
A half-price dream holiday, wouldn't want to miss that. A takeaway for free, wouldn't want to miss that. And 30 gigs data for just £10 a month on Smarty Mobile. You definitely don't want to miss that. Our Smarty SIM comes packed with 30 gigs of data and unlimited calls and texts for just £10 a month on a 1-month plan. That's why Smarty won Best Value SIM-only network in the U-Switch Mobile Awards 2020. Don't miss out. Search Smarty Mobile. Smarty. Simple, honest mobile. Smarty.co.uk.
Across the UK, online, on DAB, and on your smart speaker.
Staying in permanent lockdown is itself not sustainable on health grounds or economic grounds.
Talk Radio. Across the UK, online, and on DAB. Talk Radio on the Hour Headlines.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm Daryl
Gatford,
Jackson.
Gatford, did that work for you?
25,000 people
What
are
I
being
suggested
recruited
earlier?
to help track and
Because
trace
I've not been able to
people
get
who
it
have
to work
COVID-19
since.
in the UK. The Prime Minister's promised a world-beating system will be up and running by June the 1st, in time for when schools in England are due to reopen. Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer says there's been a big hole in our defences.
There's been no effective tracing in place since March the 12th, when tracing was abandoned. That's nearly 10 weeks in a critical period without effective tracing.
The government's extended its coronavirus bereavement scheme to the
Boys,
families
are you
of
asleep?
NHS support staff and social care workers who die with it. It means they would qualify for indefinite leave to remain in the UK free of charge. Conservative MP Luke Evans, a member of the Health and Social Care
Smash
Select
that thumbs
Committee,
up like
has
button,
given his
please.
reaction to Talk
Smash
Radio.
that
Sounds like
thumbs
a
up
positive
like
step.
button.
We've got to remember
See,
lots
the
of
app on your
people are making
phone, okay? The app on your phone.
As key workers, teachers, please.
Let us know how you get on, because I'm struggling now. I think everyone's got wise to the trick.
We can do to try and
I'm going to check
ease them,
now.
especially if they're dying, unfortunately, has to be good news.
Well, meanwhile, the numbers of people who've died with the virus has reached 35,704. That's an increase of 363 in 24 hours. But there were no new cases recorded in London and the east of England. Apple and Google have announced they're teaming up to help public health authorities create virus tracking apps. They've written software for an exposure notification system which countries will be able to use to build their own. The government's announced a new task force to help get sport and live arts back up and running after the coronavirus crisis. It will begin work this week, including
Smash
former
that like
footballer
button,
Alex
guys.
Scott and
Subscribe as well.
former
Do
BBC
subscribe.
Chairman Lord Grade. Former England winger John Barnes told Talk Radio that training will work well under social distancing guidelines, but actually playing games is a different story.
Training's not just about playing five-a-side football or getting together, hugging each other. You can train within 6 feet of each other and do certain dribbling and shooting and get back to play with each other from a distance. But the real issue is when you actually have to play.
And the government's confident a deal can be reached to show a number of Premier League matches on free-to-air television. Sky and BT hold the rights to screen the remaining top-flight fixtures this season.
I think I'm going to grow
the weather
prawny
tomorrow,
cocktail,
still some sunny, warm weather for many of us, but also the
bit.
chance of thundery showers in the south and east of England.
Talk Radio. Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Hello, this is Joni. I'm sorry that I'm not home. If you leave me your name and number, I promise soon as I get in I'll phone.
Joni came over to my house last night. I drank a little too much red and we got into a fight. She said I'm leaving and I let her go alone. I felt so damn bad this morning I reached right for the phone and called her right away to beg her to forgive. The phone rang once, the phone rang twice, and then I heard her say,
Hello, this is Joni. I'm sorry that I'm not home. But if you leave me your name and number, I promise soon as I get in I'll phone.
Joni, I'm sorry and I'm feeling oh so small. That was the message that I left and I waited for her call. I waited with a sinking feeling in my heart, not knowing if she'd forgive me was tearing me apart. I couldn't go on this way, I had to call again. The phone rang once, the phone rang twice, and then I heard her say,
Hello, this is Joni. I'm sorry that I'm not home. But if you leave me your name and number, I promise soon as I get in I'll phone.
my phone rang and my heart sang, my baby's called at last. Instead it was a friend who said that Joni's car had crashed. I never should have let her drive home angry from my place. I'd never hold her again and kiss that funny face. But still there was a way to hear her voice again. The phone rang once, the phone rang twice, then I heard her say,
Hello, this is Joni. I'm sorry that I'm not home.
I'm so sorry, Joni.
Leave me your name and number. I promise soon as I get in I'll phone. Hello, this is Joni. I'm sorry.
Very, very suspicious tale there. This guy who has expressed interest in young girls now has a dead girlfriend. I don't know if I buy it, Catherine. I don't think I buy a word that Paul Evans says or sings. I don't think I do.
Well, he sounded so plausible and youthful, and now you've said that, yeah, it's sown the seed of doubt in my mind.
My hair's looking quite good growing. I think I'm going to grow it.
It's looking
hot.
Do you know what it's
Say
looking
it. Say.
today?
Say I look hot. Say I look hot. Say
Danny
it.
Zuko.
What? Danny Zuko. I look like Danny Zuko would now. Like Danny Zuko is a dad, and he's grown up. Is Danny Zuko John Travolta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he had proper hair.
Yeah.
You know, when he had hair.
Yeah. Yeah. I look like Danny Zuko now.
That's cool.
Now, got a white tee on. I'm looking hot for the ladies and for some of the guys as well. Come to youtube.com/Iain Lee. Smash that thumbs up, the like button, I mean, and subscribe. You get updates.
Don't smash your thumb up.
Don't smash your thumb up, my God, no. Excuse me. Let's go to Jack. Good evening, Jack.
Good evening, Ian. Hi, Kath.
Hey, Jack.
I just wanted to, and I don't want to blow smoke up your,
I need something blown up there because someone smashed a thumb up there, and it really, really is very, very sore. Very sore.
I've been meaning to call you for a few nights because I wanted to say thank you to you and Kath because I run a community choir business. It's my full-time job.
Yes.
And obviously since March we haven't been able to meet and sing together. And we've had to move rehearsals online, and it's really weird. And some people have had to cancel because, they can't afford to keep up their membership. And basically last week, I sent an email out to all of them saying that I need them to vote whether to take a complete break from the choir, I stopped doing all the online stuff, or they continue but at a reduced fee because obviously we're not getting the main part of our service, which is singing together and performing.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like I started World War III because they replied, and I never thought that I'd argue with, I've got 300 members, I never thought I'd argue with 300 of my members about wanting to keep paying my full membership.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my housemate and I was saying, but I don't get it because I'm offering them like 50% off, and my friend was saying, yeah, but they love the choir. It's like a lifeline. They look forward to the online session for an hour once a week.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get my head around why they loved it so much.
Charge them more. You should charge them more. Increase.
You guys
increase the fee.
You guys took a couple of nights off.
Yeah.
And I thought, Ian and Kath are back tonight, and I looked forward to it. And it made me kind of see it from maybe my members' perspective.
We're going to charge you more.
Well, exactly. We get this for free, and I look forward to it, and I enjoy it. And when you had a couple of nights off, I missed the show.
Thank you, man.
And so I texted my friend, and I said, I think I get why people are worried about me closing it. Because I heard one of your callers say, like, a couple of weeks ago, like, I'm worried that you might not renew your contract, or you might. And now I get it, because I've never had something where I kind of, like, look forward to listening, or I look forward to, because all I do is the singing stuff. Like, I don't have a club that I go to on a Friday night, for example. Now I'm a customer.
That is very, very kind, and thank you. And it sounds like you work or you sing with a lot of really keen people who are there for the right reasons, and it sounds like a very, very special group that you have in some way cultivated. So well done for that, because that's not an easy thing to do. It sounds like you've done well.
They are really lucky. They are really, really lovely. And they said, please, don't stop the choir. We want to keep paying. We can afford it. And that was amazing. But I said to my friend Dan, I said, if Ian and Kath around next week and said, we're really struggling, or it's going to be a couple of quid or whatever, a session, or I would consider doing something like that because I get value out of it.
Wowzers. Well, we're going to send you an invoice. Jack, we are happy. We got all our little extracurricular things. We got merch, and we've got Kath's art, and we've got my Patreon, and we've got the rabbit hole, stuff like that.
Said.
Art.
Yeah.
But we we get paid well for this. We are happy to do this, and then we get calls like yours, and it kind of, after a day of self-doubt and self-loathing, it's nice to hear something like that, Jack. So thank you. Kath, you were going to say something, or you were yawning.
Yeah.
I can never tell the difference.
No. I am trying to think about what the two things have in common, and I think it's about distraction and escapism. You know, something where you can. I've been in choirs. When I was a kid, I was in choirs all the time. And when the harmonies kick in and you're in the middle of that, it is something else. And that fellowship, and it's sort of a primeval thing, right? You're communicating, you're watching each other, you're moving in unison, you are, as one. And God, people are lonely at the moment. I think that's probably what they want to hold on to. You know, that moment of not thinking. Me, my paintings, right? I started out doing them just for fun, and it's just I can concentrate on something completely disconnected from reality for an hour or whatever it might be while I do that. And God, there's no harm in that at the moment. Everyone needs that.
Yeah, that's true. And I think people just, like you say, even though they are singing at home on their own at the moment into a computer screen, they've still got that like catch up with their friends every week, and it's really strange times. But I just wanted to say thank you to you guys because we don't pay for this service and we get to enjoy it.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that, mate. You stay safe, and we'll speak again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Although, Catherine, I will be honest, disappointed he didn't ask us to join his choir. That's disappointing because he will have heard us sing if he's fans. If he's a fan, he will have heard it.
Right, what he wants are, kind of people who are going to blend in, and we're
I'm a solo.
Feature singers, aren't we?
I'm a solo, and I'm really, really focusing on my songwriting at the moment. Got very important messages. Just, dear God, I was just thinking, there are going to be so many... You just imagine going to a stand-up club, right, or watching a stand-up on Zoom, and it's all going to be... Have you tried dating during coronavirus? My God, the whole lockdown is just killing. It's just killing the dating scene. I met one girl and I wanted to get closer than 2 meters, and she put on a mask. It's all going to be that crap, isn't it?
I know. And also, no one's having any experiences that they can, expand upon.
Well, this is why we're struggling slightly. Maybe not we. Let me speak for myself, because maybe you're not. But I am struggling slightly to find content for the show because I'm not doing anything. And so much of the show previously has been based on what I've done and what I'm doing in the day and what I plan to do and how I'm feeling and stuff like that. We can still do the feeling stuff, although it's pretty, miserable. But there's so I'm not doing anything today. What did I do? I sat in the garden for a bit. I had some cream that was off, but I just about survived it. That's quite good, actually.
What are you doing to yourself? You're like a human petri dish at the moment.
I don't like throwing food away now during lockdown. Now I've learned to be...
Not directly, but your toilet's being punished for.
I have learned to be... I used to throw away too much food. I was... everything that was wrong with this country and this world. And now I do not throw any food away, apart from a lot of potatoes. I seem to be buying potatoes, then forgetting I've got potatoes, and then throwing a lot of potatoes. And but yeah, no, I don't like throwing. So I'm playing very fast, and today, as it turns out, very loose with the Best Buy dates. And that, but the cream was in date, but you have to consume within 3 days of opening. Yeah. And I opened it. I opened it 5 days ago. It smelled okay, but the taste was not okay. but I powered through. I powered through, as is
and that's
my
what
want.
That cream's going to do.
Exactly, dear listener. 0344 499 1000. We'll take a break. Then we've got Brian, we've got Glyn, we've got Simon, we've got Naomi. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
At NatWest, we're putting our money where your business is. We've set aside £5 billion of working capital funding for our customers and have already lent over $3 billion to businesses like yours. So if you bank with NatWest and COVID-19 has affected your business, remember, every one of us is here to support you. Search NatWest Business Coronavirus.
Figures for RBS Group. Security may be required. Over 18s only. Subject to status. Business use only.
Now's the time for the latest blockbusters and award-winning movies with Now TV. Escape with Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. And lose yourself in award winners like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Lion King. Whatever you fancy, and Now TV Sky Cinema Pass has you covered, all with no contract. Start your 7-day free trial today. Search Now TV. 18 plus, new customers only. Auto renews at $11.99 unless cancelled. Terms apply.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
What other online meetings are there? So I'm doing a lot of AA meetings. Gatford was telling me he had an online prayer meeting the other day. I saw on Sunday when Zoom was down, the day that we needed it, the loads of churches of all kinds of faiths, the 9 major faiths, are doing their church services by Zoom. Obviously, family quizzes. What else is going on?
I'm done with quizzes, man.
Sorry?
I'm done.
Why?
I'm done with quizzes.
Because your family are quite dim and you destroy them, and it's no fun.
I don't do quizzes with my family.
Okay.
No, there's no point. There's no challenge.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I think your family might be doing quizzes. They're just
They're not inviting
they're not
me.
CCing everybody in the family.
My in-laws do a quiz, and it is fun. You know what? I never fancy it though, never. And the first time it happened, I thought, great, okay. And then I realised it was going to be every Sunday, and I just don't. I'm the sort of person who I start to feel a little bit stifled by being counted upon and assumed that I'm going to turn up to things without them actually telling me, asking me whether I want to do it. You know what I mean? I'm a miserable sod. It's actually always fun, and it's nice to see them, and we always win. I'm over quizzes. I'm so over quizzes. Can we do something else, please?
Yeah.
We have a dance or something.
Here's what we can do. We can talk to Brian. Good evening, Brian.
Good evening, good evening, Kath.
What have you got for us tonight, sir?
Well, I've got a really dark death song and a really lousy film for you.
This is the guys. This is the radio show summed up in one sentence: a death song and a lousy film. This is what the late night alternative is all about. Yes, go on.
The first cab off the rank is the death song. This is "The Mercy Seat" by Johnny Cash. It's about a man singing as he's fried
Electric
on the
chair.
electric chair.
Oh my God!
And it's really dark.
Oh yeah. Well, Cash, of course, was great for really pumping out some bleak stuff. You know, I shot a man just to watch him die. He was definitely the man in black. There's no denying it.
Oh, there's another one. Do you know a band called Godspeed Black Emperor?
I know the phrase. The phrase, but I don't know if that's
they do a track. I think it's called Black Flag Blues.
Okay.
And it's well worth listening. Anyway, that's the death song. And I've got a really lousy film.
Yes, mate.
For years, I couldn't work out what I thought was the worst film I ever seen. I thought, was it some late carry-ons? Was it the Confessions of? Then I settled on the Hulk Hogan films. You ever caught any of those?
Oh, Trouble in Paradise.
Hulk Hogan's in them and messing about.
Well, he made a movie called Trouble in Paradise, didn't he?
Well, there was 2 he made, and I thought they sucked dust. But then I hit them what I think is a mother load. Have you seen 3 Hats for Lisa?
No, I haven't, but that's an incredible title.
Oh, no, you must. It's got Una Stubbs, Joe Brown, Sid James, and all those crew in there.
Yes.
It's about an Italian film starlet who's come here to London, and she wants to steal 3 hats, but then it's got Sid James singing and dancing the Soft Shoe Shuffle.
Oh, hello.
Now, this is on YouTube, but it gets better. Ian, hold your horses.
Peter Bowles is in it. Look at that.
Yeah, and it gets the song which you can hear and play. He sings a song called Bermondsey. Now, in it, I can always remember the lyrics. The lyrics go, I like to see my neighbours, their faces slashed with razors.
What?
And I'd like...
Oh, my God.
And I'd like to catcosh the copper who put my mates inside.
Flipping heck, man.
And if you can look it up, and it's on YouTube.
That's tomorrow. I'm supposed to be homeschooling tomorrow. School is cancelled, and we're watching 3 Hats for Lisa.
Oh, you must be. It's stinking. I'd lock you up in. Also, I sent you some links to some free courses. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook.
I have had a look at those, Brian. Thank you. Yeah, no, I've had a load of people have sent me. This is for like the psychology and counselling stuff, right?
There's about 500
Yeah.
with like Yale, Harvard.
I've had so many people. I've not been able to reply to everyone, but so many people have sent me links and things to look at. I have checked out almost every single one. So thank you, Brian. I'm now focused on a couple of. There's one university I've written to that I'd really like to go to, although, it's looking like that universities, it's all going to be online for the next. Oxford, I think it's Oxford, were saying that most of their colleges are going to be all online for the whole of the next year.
With those Harvard Yale courses, you can sign up for some, and you can pay. I think it's about $25 or $50 to get a proper accredited qualification.
There we go. Brian, you're a good man. I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Let's go to Naomi. Good evening, Naomi.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hello there.
Hello. I have got a couple of songs that I wanted to bring in, if they're still applicable. For the beginning of the show.
Everything is applicable. Stuff we did 4 years ago is applicable.
Perfect. Well, if you could just excuse my pardon for a second. It's actually the first time tonight I've been watching radio. Been watching you on YouTube. It's just quite fun. It's quite good, isn't it?
Isn't it fun? Isn't it good?
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. This is the future.
I think so, because I didn't realise you were a silver fox until tonight. But that's good. Very good. But I have one question.
Yes.
You sort of randomly opened a door. Is that to your toilet? It's to the my left of you, I guess.
This door is to the kitchen.
Right.
And then there is a little toilet. There is a little toilet through there. But what you can see there.
The fun story about that toilet is he tells guests not to use that.
Oh no, because I don't clean that toilet. But what you can see there is a toaster. So there's a kitchen. Beyond that, there's a little toilet, but it's not in a very good state. It's where I keep all the cat litter and where I toss the cat fecal matter into. And I don't clean that toilet. What's the point? I don't use it, so what's the point? Use the upstairs toilet, Catherine.
Fair enough, isn't it?
It is.
Well, it looks like on YouTube, like as a big chunky toilet roll, just as you go in the door.
That's a toaster. Ooh, I can.
Well, in some ways they're very similar, but but I had a couple of songs I wanted to mention. I think it's still. I think Terry Jacks. Have we mentioned that?
Seasons in the Sun. It's a translation of a Jacques Brel song, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're entirely correct.
Of course I am. I know I am.
So dark. Goodbye, Papa. Please pray for me. It's very dark. And also, do you know the band Black Box Recorder?
Of course we do. We've had
Luke Haynes on, of course.
We've got Luke Haynes. There we go. Come on, we're back. Yeah, we're big fans of Mr. Luke Haynes, whose name I forgot. But luckily, he never listens to the show, so he won't know I just forgot his name.
Well, the Black Box Recorder, the band after the auteurs that he did a great cover of that song as well, and it's even darker than Terry Jackson.
Luke Haynes doing dark songs? No, I can't. Well, didn't he do a song called "Unsolved Child Murders"?
Oh yes, he did. He did.
Which is a great song. It's a great song.
But wasn't he about a Meinhof as well? With another side project.
Yeah.
Of his?
So he's brilliant. He's brilliant. I'm a big fan. If you're looking on YouTube. If you're looking on YouTube, you could just see in the distance there's a painting that Luke Haynes did of the monkeys in the night garden.
Oh, right,
There
okay.
we go, you see. There we go, you see.
Well, I also thought, I love it. You might think it's cheesy, but Cutting Crew, I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight.
I Just Died... I don't think they actually die, though, do they? I think they're just having such good sex that... Well, although, of course, the French, Catherine, doesn't the orgasm... Yeah, the little death. So I think it means I just had an orgasm in your arms, which is a terrible state.
In the lyrics, though, I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. If someone said that to you after sex, I don't think you'd take that as a compliment, would you?
No. Well, I don't talk to people after sex. I think it's a horrible, horrible thing to do. Why would you want to have any form of intimacy?
It's rude, isn't it?
Yeah. Naomi, thank you very much for that. 0344 499 1000. Sam, we did that quarter past break, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm getting better at this. Let's go to Andy. Good evening, Andy.
No, how are you doing?
What you got?
I shouldn't say that because you told me not to say that. 2 nights listening. This is my 3rd night listening. I didn't know you were out here doing this, you and Catherine. This is amazing. I was cooking up some tea I was bored of some other radio channel. I put you on, and you started off with that satire. That was incredible. What a show that was, right? Anyway, you do this song, this song that has this word Khaleesi in it, the jazz thing. And I went out into my back garden, and I was rooting up dandelions with this tool that I've got that you put it in, it's got 4 prongs, and it pulls the roots out. Every time I did it, I had that song.
Is it the garden claw, or have you got the garden claw gold?
Yeah, and when I put my foot down on it, I went, Khaleesi, in my head. So I'm not sure this... Is it Khaleesi?
Yik Yak Khaleesi, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's affected me.
Oh, God.
That's really affected me. So it's in my head now.
Uh-oh.
So thanks for that.
You're very, very welcome. Well, my gift to you is an annoying earworm. How's about them apples? You like it? You like it, Andy? Andy, could we have... I tell you what I miss. Right, as a 46, 47 in about 12, 13 days' time, right? What I miss, right, is a friendly, non-sexual wrestle with a grown man. I wrestle with my kids and it's fine, but I mean, I'm just pretending that they can beat me. They can't. I destroy them easily, right?
Yeah.
I want a proper, full-on, non-sexual, although just shorts and t-shirt. Not, you know, I don't want to cause pain, but I want to wrestle. I want to wrestle.
Yeah, I get that. Well, we've done you've already got me kind of on the floor in that Khaleesi thing. You're mentally wrestling with me.
Okay, I want to physically wrestle with you.
I'm 45. Well, we can't do it under... That would be, 2 meters apart. We can't do that.
Well, you know that the WWE... The WWE have been doing, you know, the big American wrestling. They've been doing wrestling events in big arenas and big arenas, but without any audience. Have you seen this, Kath?
Yes.
They've
and
done.
It looks like some kind of... I think I saw in Charlie Brooker's viral wipe, he said it looks like something you'd find on the dark web.
It is weird. They're having full-on wrestling events, but without an audience there. So we could do it. If we get the test, the COVID-19 test, Andy, and we find out that either we've both had it or we both haven't had it, I knew there was a reason for this, we could wrestle safely.
Well, risk would be part of that. That'd be a bit of an edge, wouldn't it?
Oh, you like the danger. Andy,
what about Jodie in the song you just played?
Yeah.
Do you think she was a girl who did or a girl who didn't?
Well, some girls will, some girls won't. Some girls need a lot of loving and some girls don't. I got the feeling, I don't know why, some say they will and some girls lie, Andy. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's go to Simon. Good evening, Simon.
Hi, guys. Just a quick one for you. Songs for or related to death.
Yep.
Severed Garden by the Doors.
The what?
The Severed Garden by the Doors.
Oh, the Doors are all their songs are about death. Touch Me's about death. Yeah. The End is about death. Father, I want to kill you. The Doors are a band that I think every 15-year-old boy has to enjoy for 6 months before moving on to what I like to call real music. But yeah, they're all their songs. I mean, we're going slightly off of the. We're going slightly off, but then are we? Maybe we're not. No, yeah, that's fine. I'll put it on the list.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. 0344 499 1000. Hover over your buttons, guys. We may have a live one here. Good evening, Clifford.
Hello, Ian. All right, mate?
I'm very well, Clifford.
Good to hear. How are you handling the lockdown?
How are you handling the lockdown? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
2 questions. What's the name of the co-host of this show?
The name of the co-host, I think, is it Catherine, I think?
Yep. And what's your real name?
Yep. My name's Clifford.
Hang on, let me just think for a second. All right then, Clifford, what have you got?
Oh, I was just wondering how you're handling the lockdown.
Having the time of my life.
Yeah, it's been a bit boring for me, I think.
Why is it so boring for you, Clifford?
Well, I mean, at first it was all right, but you could just sort of chill, do what you know.
Why have I? Let me stop the clock. Stop the
This
clock.
sounds like
Stop the clock.
This sounds like a stand-up routine. I'm
Why
waiting for
do
the
I
punchline.
feel like this is going somewhere? Why do I feel like this is going somewhere, Clifford? Why is my radar going ba-ding, 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 ba-ding?
What radar are you on about, baby?
I'm on about the Bullshine radar, baby boy.
I'm not sure what you're on about, mate. I'm just really bored, really. Like, there's only so many.
Just an average guy.
I'm just a normal guy. I'm just a normal guy, and I'm just bored, and I want to get out there, and I want to get down the
Back
pub.
to the monologue I've got written down here.
I want to go back to my. I want to go back, and I'll go out there and start making love. I just want to go out there and start making love, and I just can't do that under these lockdown situations. And God damn you, Boris Johnson! I bet you're getting some with the mother of your latest child. I'm not getting any. I'm not getting any, and I want to get out there, and I just want to get some. I'm just an ordinary guy, and I'm being forced to stay at home and play Gran Turismo on my PS4, my PlayStation 4, with my homies online, and I'm really tempted to subscribe to Pornhub to see what you get behind that paywall, but I just can't think it's any better than the free stuff. Am I right, Cliff?
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, but I don't know, like.
I tell you what. Cliff. I tell you what we're going to do, right? Yeah. I know you've got a bit coming. I know. So what me and Kath are going to do is we're going to sit back. We're going to let you do your bit just to remind you if it's sweary, libelous, or racist, it won't get broadcast. It'll get dumped by Sam. Sam has got his finger on that dump button right now, haven't you, Sam?
As I always do, yes.
So it won't go out. The video will get taken down off YouTube, so you don't get that. So, with that in mind, Big Cliff, with that in mind, let's do the piece you've called up to do. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Clifford?
Well, yeah, I was just saying, he's acting a bit weird, Ian. I don't know what's wrong, mate. I was just saying, like, it's a bit boring. There's only so many times, you can, play Xbox and take your dogs for a walk, and I've got a bit, I've kind of got mixed feelings with the lockdown. At first, I was sort of supportive, but then, you find out that, illegal immigrants.
There we go, dump. Thank you. Dump it.
What a prat.
Excuse me. That reminds me of something. Reminds me of this. I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. Asked me to take off my clothes and to shit anywhere. Doing the words. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. Yeah. So I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, then I said, I need a poo. She asked me to shit anywhere and I started to laugh. So I looked around and I crawled off to dump in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone. this bird has flown. I mean bird as in woman. So I lit a fire, isn't it good? Norwegian wood. Thank you very much indeed. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
Ian Collins, weekday afternoons from 1 on Talk Radio.
We need our own roadmap before we risk ourselves or our students in an enclosed environment.
Your trusted resource for the latest news, expert advice, and the latest information as events unfold.
Whatever you do, whether you're staying at home, whether you're going to work, just stay alert.
Ian Collins,
See them from a mile off.
on Talk Radio.
See them from a mile off.
Today our phones are our camera of choice. But picture this. They can also help with our tax return too. Download the EY
Because we
Tax
don't screen
Chat
the calls,
to connect
Barry.
with EY professionals. With EY Tax
No,
Chat,
there's a
you
new
can
caller,
file your tax
Barry,
return at the
and
touch
we
of a
don't
button
screen the
from
calls.
comfort
You
of
can
your
just
own
tell.
home. With no
You can
paper
just tell.
documents or
Made up name,
complicated software.
obviously.
Use
No
the
one's
app
called
today to get
Clifford.
this year's tax
And
return
you can
out
just
of the
tell
way.
from
And
the
all for
vibe.
just
I can't explain it.
£329. Search or download.
Can't explain
EY
it. It's a
Tax
gift.
Chat now.
Well, it's not a gift.
Like Lotto, then you'll
It is years, 20 years each experience of doing phone-in radio.
2 bets for 50p. Just pick 5 numbers from 42 and bet for a daily
Thank you, Gareth.
£80,000 jackpot.
Going bald, look.
Sit back, relax and place your bets at lottoland.co.uk. 18s and over. Offer for new customers only and used once. Offer ends December 31st, 2020.
Nobda.
Terms apply. BeGambleAware.org.
Life's worry list has been too long recently. And as an insurer, we're here to shorten that list.
Guys, don't forget,
Not to
what
add
they
to
do is they take these
So if you're a
clips
Churchill customer
and
and you want
put them on
flexibility
their
in your
shitty
premium,
little YouTube channels. If you find any YouTube channels of me
flexibility is
being
what you get.
groiped, I
Oh,
think they
yes.
call it, just let us
Do
know
whatever
and
you
we get
can
them
to
taken
help
down.
you.
It's as simple as that. It's not a
Check.
problem at all. It takes about 3
Churchill.
minutes
Visit our
to
website to
get them
find out
taken
more.
down.
Underwritten by UK Insurance Limited.
Julia Hartley Brewer at breakfast on Talk Radio.
Join me, Julia Hartley Brewer, for the latest on the coronavirus outbreak. I'll be holding the government to account and keeping you updated with everything you need to know.
Julia Hartley Brewer at breakfast. Weekday mornings from 6:30 on Talk Radio. Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You can listen to us on DAB as podcasts, or you can come and we've got nearly 400 people watching on youtube.com/Iain Lee. Smash the like button. Please subscribe. Let's get up to 9,000 subscribers. Oh, and just to let you know, we've got all these little side projects as well. So the radio show is kind of the mothership. This is how Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young used to describe themselves, and I love it. I love it. I just started watching that David Crosby documentary. Man alive, I'm going to devour that. Oh, and then, Catherine, I've also got the Linda Ronstadt documentary as well, which it's going to be, I don't want either of them to end, but I shall lend them to you when I've finished with them. But so the radio show is our mothership, right? And this is the thing that cruises for the universe. And then every now and then we kind of nip out and we do little solo projects or little duo projects. And Catherine has started selling her art, Katherine Boyle art on Etsy. Oh, I got a picture. I got a nice big one of Catherine's prints of a bee, and it's brilliant. Absolutely love it. And I ordered it, and I got it, and I've got it framed. And my boys, Catherine, I told you, they came in, they went, "Is that picture new?" I said, yeah, it's new. I said, "You're never going to guess who did it." I said, Who did it? I said, "Catherine." And my eldest went, "What? No, really? That's almost good enough to be professional. She should start selling them." I said, "Oh, she is, man. She is." He loved it. They both loved it. Absolutely loved it. So there's that Katherine Boyle art on Etsy. I've got patreon.com/Iain Lee, where I'm going to be doing some new podcasts. And if you go to one, there's all different tiers. And if you go to one tier, you might get chapters from my autobiography that I'm never probably going to publish. And we've got the Rabbit Hole, which is happening this Sunday at 6 p.m. if you go to iainlee.com/event, iainlee.com/event, it's £6.50. I'm just going to tweet the link as well. This is the link to buy tickets for our show this Sunday at 6 p.m. It is only £6.50, and we do it on Zoom, and it's going to be about an hour long. We're going to do our best to make it family friendly, but we will be taking calls from people. And just to remind you, it's on Zoom, and Zoom can be hacked. So we're going to, for our part, we're going to make it family friendly. But there are elements out of it that are out of our control, I'm afraid. But we for an hour, we're going to do a show that I would happily let my kids sit in front of, with the proviso that there are some bits that we can't quite control. And if that goes well, I mean, we've sold a lot of tickets, so thank you. If that goes well, then we might do, I think we're probably going to do another one maybe in 3 weeks after that. So there's loads of different side projects. iainlee.com/event if you want to get tickets for that. And Sam, of course, if you want to come, let us know. We'll put your name on the virtual guest list as per usual. We'll send you all the details if you want any of that. Or you might not want any of that because you might be sick of us. And no answer from him whatsoever. Gosh. Let's... Cold.
You know the answer. It's better just not to say anything.
The answer is yes. Okay. Good evening, Jerry.
Hello.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hey, Jerry.
Hi. Your records of dearth. It was mentioned today by Paul Gambaccini.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that. One of my favourite things is now going to bed for a doze around about 2 o'clock and putting BBC Radio 4 Extra on. And there's a god-awful drama around that time with Tom Baker. It's just awful, and it infiltrates my nightmare. But it does mean I get to fall asleep listening to the wonderful voice of Paul Gambaccini hosting Counterpoint.
It's a good little quiz.
It is a good little quiz. It is a good little quiz, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it's classical, but it's worth a few guesses. And it was "Honey, I Miss You" by Bobby Goldsboro.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's and that talks about a lot of death.
It is, and that was 1968. I think it won a Grammy. That was like the biggest selling song of 1968, and it is. Yeah. It's a bleak. You really do have to wonder sometimes what people are thinking of when songs like that become such big hits, because there's no real. I don't know. Maybe because it was Vietnam. I don't know. There's no real pleasure to be had from listening.
I know, well, compared to his other record, which was coming of age and a very sort of sexy record when I was a young boy growing up.
Yeah.
You know the one I mean?
I don't know his other.
The one where he's walking on the beach.
Oh yes.
Afternoon on the first day of June.
Yes.
On the last.
That used to play when I worked in Dorothy Perkins, and I knew if that went round 4 times, I could go home. Hot afternoon, one evening in June, when I opened my window. It was something like that, wasn't it? What was it called?
Yeah. I think she's sitting on the porch while he's walking by and gives him a wink. Yeah.
It's one of those where he wakes up a man. You see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah. I like those songs. Yes. What? Where is? And
then he had "Honey, I Miss You." So
where is Bobby Goldsboro these days? Dead? No, he can't be dead.
Oh.
Well, of course he could be. I mean, got Bobby Goldsboro. Let's have a little look.
With all the Marlboros.
He died. No, he's 79 years old. Bobby Goldsboro is still around, ladies and gentlemen. He's still around. And with respect to these video clips that have popped up, boy, oh boy, that's some wig. I'm guessing that Honey didn't pay as much as he thought it might do when it came to fake hair. He hosted the television series The Bobby Goldsboro Show. He composed the music for the sitcom Evening Shade, which had Burt Reynolds in.
Oh, that's a wig.
Have you seen it?
Maybe he's holding it on with Honey.
Yeah. Oh, poor lad.
And I think Paul Gambaccini mentioned that he played guitar for Roy Orbison.
He did.
What a fact that is.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. There you go. You see,
Yeah.
it's good, that show. I enjoy that. Nice one,
Yeah,
Jerry.
good.
Thank you, mate. I really
Okay.
appreciate. I appreciate the Bobby Goldsborough phone in 0344 499 1000. Did we do that? We did the break. We did the break. Ian, have confidence in yourself. We did the break. You are a professional, award-winning broadcaster. You did the break. Okay. Yeah. Let's go to James. Good evening, James.
Hi Ian, hi Kath, how you doing?
What you got for us, James?
Nothing really. I've just been sort of reviewing my lockdown experience, thinking, you know, some people seem to be emerging now because lockdown's over.
Yes, lockdown is finished.
Well, people are starting to emerge now with, like, they've been working out or they've been learning new things and they've just been doing really well. And then I look at myself and I think, oh, I've just been chilling out. And not really doing much. It makes you take stock, doesn't it?
Well, fingers crossed, James, we get another global pandemic and you'll know what to do then. You'll know what to do. I would suggest getting some tapes in or some books or something to learn guitar or learn German or Japanese or whatever it is, so that next time we get a global pandemic, you can hunker down and you can make yourself a better human being. You reckon, Kath?
Work on that side hustle. Yeah, exactly. That's what everyone's doing now.
I imagine a lot of people over the years have probably said, can we just pause life and just go and hold for a bit? And when it's happened, it's just been not what I dreamt. But
no one knew quite what to do. I learned a few chords on the mandolin so I can strum aggressively without any subtlety, 4 or 5 chords on a mandolin. But that's it. I haven't even tidied the garage. That was the big thing I wanted to do, was tidy the garage so it would give me another room, like a workshop. I haven't even done that, James.
Oh, no.
But it don't matter. It don't matter. It really doesn't matter. It turns out that being in lockdown is actually quite stressful for a lot of people. I know, saying that, I've bought some weights. I'm getting buff.
Did you pump off today? Or
I haven't pumped off today. I
you
pumped
need to
off
have rest days, otherwise you'll need to work on your legs. Otherwise, you'll end up like one of them lollipop men.
Exactly. Did you pump off today, James?
Say again?
Was there anything else you wanted to say?
No, that's about it.
Nice one, mate. Thank you. Don't you feel bad that you haven't learned anything?
We're due a second wave soon, so I'll have round 2, won't I?
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed, buddy. I wish you the best of luck with that second wave. Thank you, James. 0344 499 1000. And that phone call has made more sense and was more honest than anything we've heard from the government for the last 8 weeks. He's speaking like a real person, Catherine, and that's what we want.
I appreciate that realness.
Let us go to Peter. Good evening, Peter.
Oh, good evening, Ian. How are you, mate?
What have you got for us, Peter?
Oh, Ian, I need you're a bit of a wordsmith, aren't you? I need your help.
Yep, you've come to the right place.
Are you on speakerphone? Because you sound really far away.
Sorry, I'm on earbuds. I'm in a bus. That's all I can do at the moment.
You're in a bus?
Yeah, I'm a bus driver.
He's a bus driver. He's driving the bus. Flipping heck, man. He's leader of the pack all over again. Okay. Don't tempt fate.
Yeah, sorry. No, okay. I'm writing a book, and I need a certain word. I know it exists, but I just can't think what it is. Maybe you can help.
Why do I forget the feeling we're being set up for something rude?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Go on.
You're paranoid, mate.
I am a little bit paranoid. I've been sniffing this forehead all day. Okay, go on.
Imagine it's like wartime, and you've got a car, say, and the army comes along and they say,
Commandeer.
"Oh, sorry, we need to use this."
Commandeer.
That's it. Well done. That's the word. Commandeer. Commandeer. Well done, Catherine. You're a star.
I don't know why that's my favourite call of the night. I'm so proud of Catherine for knowing the word commandeer. Does that help with your book, Peter?
Yeah, I think, isn't there another word beginning with R, like I'm sure there's another one. That's a great one, Catherine, thank you. But I thought there was another one beginning with R-E? Requisition? No.
Requisition.
Here we go.
Is that the same meaning?
Yes.
No, not quite. Not quite.
Stick with commandeer, Pete, and you'll go far. Thank you very much indeed. Let's go to Wayne. Good evening, Wayne.
Hi, Ian. Hi, Kath.
Hi.
Hiya, Wayne.
Yeah.
I didn't believe that phone call at all. That was definitely going somewhere else.
He wasn't driving a bus, but he was calling from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a failed attempt. Go on, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, referring to the other caller, Bobby Goldsborough, that was him about losing his virginity first day of June.
Yeah, we got that.
Oh, right, okay. Okay.
It's called Summer the First Time.
Wayne, when are you hoping to lose your virginity?
Well, me and this man crush I've got on you, I've got an idea.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
We can have you want a man wrestle, yeah?
Yeah. I don't want to have a man sex with you, though.
No, I don't want to say. I was going to say, I'd like to see you in the ring with Mr. Bobby.
Bobby Goldsborough?
No, Mr. Blobby.
Oh, Mr. Blobby.
He's basically borderline furry.
Okay. You're a pervert. You're disgusting pervert. I hope you never lose the V. I hope you never lose the big V. You disgust me.
Well, I've got 4 children. I'm going to have to wait for someone.
Okay. What, Wayne?
Yeah?
I was going to ask you something.
Wilde had children, you know.
Cannot.
I think he had 4, didn't he?
Who did?
Oscar Wilde.
Yeah, quite possibly.
He did.
Requisition. I think he was a genuine caller, Catherine.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I ask you another thing?
Yeah, of course you can, Wayne.
What's your theory? I'm sorry it's such a gloomy subject this time of the evening, but cancer...
Oh, my God. What's my theory on cancer? My theory is it's bad.
Oh, no. What
I think cancer's a bad thing, and God damn it, let's forget this coronavirus. Let's go back to the original C word, and let's eradicate that, please.
Indeed. I've got 2 neighbours, one of 71 who passed away yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, if I can. And my friend...
What did you say? What did you just say?
Thank you.
It's not what it sounded like, Catherine. Sam?
I know.
Sam, can we play that clip back, please? Of Wayne. It sounded like Wayne told us a very sad story about losing a neighbour, and again, no disrespect to that person. I passed on my best wishes. It sounded like Wayne said, "F you."
No.
Sam, can we get that? Yeah, well, we just don't know, Catherine. We have got to be on our guard every single step of... Here we go. Let's have a listen. Quiet, everybody.
Yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Wayne.
Yeah, if I can.
Just play that little bit, please, Sam.
Yeah, if I can.
I mean, it's very, very close, Wayne.
I've never used them sort of words ever in my life.
You've never done a swear?
No, my vocabulary, I mean, it doesn't carry them sort of words.
Okay.
But even me listening to it back, it does sound like... It really does.
It does, doesn't it? Anyway, sorry, I'm not making light of your neighbour's passing. I apologise. Go on.
Well, actually, yeah, please bet light of it because she's a lovely character. Secondly, what I was going to say, my friend's lost his mum, who is 93. So I've got a 71-year-old and a 93-year-old died within 3 days with each other now.
And if you add up their ages and divide it by 2, that was the number you were thinking of.
Could have been.
Could have been.
But the lady at 93, she, 71, at 81, she died of lung cancer. Yeah. And also, the lady at 93 did, and she's never smoked in her life. Now, I just can't get my head around.
Well, pollution, it was conditions that they were working in, you know, all that caper.
But also, people get, like bum cancer, but they don't smoke cigarettes up. Do you know what I mean? You can get cancer... Yes, if you smoke, the chance of you getting mouth or throat or lung cancer are higher, but those diseases can still... I just said bum cancer. Those diseases are still... can still happen in the body naturally.
Oh yes, I mean like I lost a dog a few years ago. The vet said it's cancer, and I just made a silly joke. I said he's never had a cigarette in his life.
There you go. You see, Wayne. You've got to have that sense of humour. Otherwise, they've won. Otherwise, who are the ones before ISIS?
Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda have won, Wayne. We do not want Al Qaeda to win.
Can you remember years ago, God rest his soul, who...
Osama bin Laden.
I thought you were going there as well.
Roy Castle.
Yes.
Oh.
He died of passive smoke.
No, he didn't. It's more because I thought that and every time you mention that, it's more complicated than that. The argument was that he died through working in smoky working men's clubs,
yeah.
But apparently he did smoke cigars.
Because his wife sued, and she was very successful after suing certain clubs.
I don't know.
She sued anyone, did
I
she?
don't know.
Just raised awareness of passive smoking.
Yeah. Yeah. You ever smoked a cigar, Wayne?
Too big for my mouth, Ian.
Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, I've smoked one. I have, great big one.
That's why I love working with you so much, because that is the filthiest joke you could make, and you carried it off with aplomb. You carried it off with grace and with style and with... Then you just cheapened yourself. Good evening, Derek.
Hi, Ian. Hi, Kath.
Hey, Derek, what you got for us?
I've actually got some... How are you for an apology from earlier? Do you take apologies today? You sound in a good mood.
What day is it today, Catherine? Is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
I will take an apology on a Wednesday, yes.
Right. On Twitch today, somebody flagged off all the top radio presenters, and I gave them a wee bit chat back saying, could you just leave everybody alone? Everybody's got their own jobs, do their own thing. Everybody's cool. Everybody's great.
Everybody just cool out.
And then the guy replied back, except, and he said a radio presenter, which I don't think is even with Talk Radio anymore. And I says, well,
I missed all of
accept him, joking, accept him. And then you messaged me back saying that you blocked me from Twitter today. So I've just felt
I didn't block you. I don't remember any of this.
No. Just not blocked. What do you call it? You just stopped me from being able to message from one day or one day.
A timeout. I don't think I did that. That may have been one of the mods. This doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah. It was. It was when you were singing. Actually, you were singing this morning.
But it was me that timed you out, or was it one of the mods?
No. It was you that timed me out because
I'm a tough guy. You got timed out for 10 minutes.
Is that all it is? 10 minutes?
That's all it is 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was all day, and I've been feeling horrible all day about it.
Oh, Derek, don't feel horrible. It's not real. It's not real life. It's not real life. It was 10 minutes. We're all cool. We're cool. We're cool, man. We're cool.
I'm a happy man.
Good.
Now then.
Good.
Great.
Go and have a glass of water and go and have a lie down. Derek, we've got to move on, but we are all cool. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
I've used my ample time indoors to hunt down my odd socks. I found one down the sofa, one in the bread bin, and one in a serious relationship with my cat. But there are better ways to spend your time. That's why Money Supermarket is helping you find cheaper insurance, better interest rates, and easier ways to manage your bills. You can find many more small steps towards money car at Money Supermarket.
We're all in uncharted territory looking for ways to support our communities. At Dell Technologies, we're making sure small businesses have the right tech solutions. Dell Technologies advisors are here for you, helping small businesses stay connected and productive while working remotely with Windows 10 Pro and Microsoft Teams. We're standing by you every step of the way. Call us today on 0800 169 1745. That's 0800 169 1745.
Across the UK, online, on DAB, and on your smart speaker.
We're now asking people to stay alert, control the virus, and save lives.
Talk Radio. Across the UK, online and on DAB. Talk Radio on the Hour Headlines.
No,
It's
Matt,
midnight,
I
I'm
can't. It's
Daryl
as loud as it'll
Jackson.
go.
Boris Johnson's promised a world-beating tracking and tracing system will be in place for English schools to open from the 1st of June. The Prime Minister says enough staff have been recruited to allow 10,000 new cases a day to be traced. In the House of Commons, the Labour leader said there's been no tracing of cases for the last 10 weeks. The PM says 25,000 people will be employed as trackers to change that.
They will be able to cope with.
Oh, yeah, no, I can turn it up a lot louder. I'm really sorry. Sorry, guys, I didn't realise it was so low. Someone should have told me 2 hours ago.
At about 2,500. They'll be able to trace the contacts of those new cases and to stop the disease.
Why didn't you tell me 2 hours ago?
The Secretary says people's calendars have been strangely bare without live sport. At the daily press briefing yesterday, Oliver Dowden has set out details of a task force being set up to help the arts, sport and digital sectors respond to the coronavirus crisis.
And just to give a few examples, it includes Alex Scott, a former lioness and Olympian and now an award-winning broadcaster, and she will help us think through how we can get sport back safely in a way that works for both clubs, players and supporters alike.
Well, 363 further people have died in the UK after contracting the virus. The Department of Health puts the total at 35,704. NHS England's medical director, Professor Stephen Powers, says there's been a fall in the number of people needing to go to hospital.
I would highlight that the number of people in hospital is now below 10,000. So I think that's the first time since March that we have seen a fall that has come down below 10,000 in terms of the people who are actively in hospital with COVID-19.
Apple and Google have released a software they built together to try and allow public health authorities to build coronavirus tracking apps. It's a rival approach to the NHS's app, which is being tested on the Isle of Wight. And attempts to observe social distancing have been challenged by the hottest weather so far this year yesterday. Thousands of people have flocked to the beaches and parks. A high of 28.2 degrees was recorded at Santon Downham in Suffolk. The weather later today, some sunny spells and warm weather for many of us, but also the chance of thundery showers in the south and east of England.
Talk Radio. Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging. Begging you. Put your loving hand out, baby. Yeah, begging you. Put your loving hand down, baby. Yeah, riding high when I was king, playing it hard and fast 'cause I had everything. You walked away, you want me there. That easy come and easy go and then put in. Yeah, begging, I'm begging you. Put your loving hand down, baby. Yeah, begging you. Put your loving hand down, baby. I need you to understand. Never tried so hard to be your friend. The kind of man you want in the end. Only then can I begin to live again. Empty shell of what used to be. Shadows of my life hanging over me. Helpless man, hard to go. Would even stand the devil's chance to rule my soul. Yeah, begging you. Put your loving hand down, baby. Yeah, begging, I'm begging you. Put your loving hand down, baby. I tried so hard to hold my own, though I just can't make it all alone. I'm holding on, I can't go back. Now that big brass ring. The shade of black. Begging, I'm begging you. Put your loving hand out, baby.
Sorry, guys. What are you doing, Pats? Pats, what are you doing? Pats is sat on a trombone. It's not even rude. She literally is. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. It's been an all right show. It's been an all right show tonight. We had that lovely love bomb we did with the ladies. Sort of, I don't even know where she was in America, actually. I wasn't really paying attention. But delightful. Her audience on Periscope went from 2 to very close to 400. That's the biggest one we've ever had. And now really, really exciting news, guys. Really exciting news. And we don't often get to do things like this. So this is a real joy. Oh, hang on, let me get the right. Let's get the right music.
You're a cocaine addict.
No.
I like it like that.
No.
Please don't go.
No, hang on a minute. Bear with me.
Fanny.
No.
Fanny.
No.
Fanny.
No.
Fanny.
No.
Rocket Man.
Here it is. Open his lines.
Your spirits are special.
We don't wanna go mental.
We're all stuck at home. Someone throw me a bone, and we will get this special.
Oh.
The basket don't work.
Oh God. But also 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. We have been planning this for just coming up to 3 weeks now, and tonight is the night. Are you ready, Barry?
Yes,
This is
indeed.
we've been waiting for the right moment to drop this on you, and we're dropping it now. If you call up now, we will take your call straight to air, and Barry will answer one question per caller. Is that right, Barry?
That is how it's going to work, Ian. That's how I understood it to be.
That's what we talked about when we started discussing and rehearsing this. God, it was nearly 4 weeks ago. Actually, now I think about it.
Yeah, I'm so delighted I was involved in that meeting.
We did. We've done workshops. We've hired many actors to phone up Barry to get his skills up to speed. And we had some really great sessions, didn't we?
We really did. We workshop. We just ran it up the flag, saluted it, spitballed.
Yes.
We use a lot of PRP. We use Abbott Mead Vickers.
Yep.
We use a lot of people.
Yep.
And I'm ready to go. And
I did frown when you questioned whether we should perhaps try and expand our consciousness by using street drugs. I blanched at that a little bit, Barry.
Yeah, it was. Look, it was a thought. In retrospect, it was a silly thought.
But it was still a fun afternoon.
Yeah, you managed to both open your third eye, didn't you?
And our fourth eye.
I did. My Margaret opened my third eye for me because at my age I can't do it.
No.
And she got someone in from the council with a jemmy.
So, this has been nearly a month in the planning, the preparation, and indeed the rehearsal. So, dear listener, now is your chance. Very simply, all you have to do is pick up the telephone, dial 0344 499 1000. I will take your calls straight to air, and you are allowed to ask Barry from Watford one question. One. Let's try and say it at the same time. One question. Catherine, can you be in this as well? One. Hang on. One, two, three. One question. Okay, so we're going to go to the phone. Oh, yeah, please don't be offensive. Don't be rude. Things we can't say. We can't call him an old tosser, a dirty old man. We can't call him a shit. We can't say he's horrible. We can't talk about his...
And for God's sake, don't mention his saggy balls.
Don't mention his saggy balls. Please, no questions about Margaret's pudenda. And we mustn't mention his drug-addicted, violent thug of a thick son. Those things to one side. 0344.
My bottom's out as well.
Okay, well, I would put it back in.
But that's because... don't put any pyjama trousers on tonight, but it don't matter.
344 499 1000. Let's go. Line, you're through to Barry from Watford. You've got one question.
Here we go.
Hello, Barry.
Hello, son.
I'm using some new washing up liquid,
right? Not washing up liquid, washing liquid for clothes, right?
Yes.
And since I've done it, my underpants are causing me a bit of a rash. And I wondered what your recommendation was for that.
Can we just establish a question? Do you put some liquid on your nuts?
No, in the washing machine, and when the underpants came out, I dried them, but it still gave me a rash on my balls.
Was it fairy?
It could have been, actually, yes, I think so.
Yeah. Well, look, I tell you what, you want to use a conditioner, but for God's sake, don't use it on your plum bag, use it on the clothes.
Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number.
You can pay the receptionist on the way out.
Let's go to line 2. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
So far, so good. So far, so good. Go on.
Hello, Barry. Long-time stalker, first-time talker. Popcorn, sweet, salt, toffee, or sweet and salt?
Sweet and salt. Next.
There we go. It's as simple as that. We're going to go.
Page one. Page one.
Let's go to line.
He knows his mind.
Line 5. You're on the wireless. Wireless.
The wireless.
The wireless. That's a good. I'd read that book actually. Line 5. Hello, that's you.
Hello, my name's Steve. Sorry, am I speaking to somebody or a recorded message?
I beg your
It's a recorded message.
My name is Barry. I am out. If it's Prakash, I'm on the way round to smack you in the mouth for trying it on with my wife. Leave a message after the tone.
No worries, yeah.
Beep.
Hi, yeah, I was just responding to your appeal for somebody to ask some chap on the radio a question, and I've got quite a good question. My number's 077.
Oh, okay, all right. Thanks very much again. Okay, thanks very much for your call. Flipping heck.
We did say this. Our advisor did say this might happen because it was dangerous. You know?
Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Let's go to line 6. Line 6, you're through to Barry from Watford.
Were you serious when you said about injecting disinfectant, and how's the hydrochloroquine going, the trial?
Thank you. Disinfectant, as far as injecting that, I don't recommend it, right? I'll try...
That's not what you said on the telly.
I beg your pardon?
You said that's not what you said on the... Oh, no, hang on, sorry, I thought it was... I was thinking of your brother, Trump. See ya.
Okay, let's go to line 1. You're on the wireless.
Hello, Iain Lee and Katherine Boyle. And Barry, my question is, you are a very attractive young man. Have you ever considered putting your penis in a robot?
Oh.
Good question. Very good question.
Oh, goodness me.
He is now, aren't you?
Well, I am now. That was a very sultry voice. I don't know. Not really. No, I like, human contact. And also I'm married. I have enough of a monotonous one-tone voice, cold exterior, with my current wife. I don't need a robot to provide that.
You never consider a sex bot, Barry? Would you never? Because some of those sex bots, I'm going to be honest, they're fit.
Sex in the bot?
No. No?
No, I tried it.
Okay,
No,
let's go to line 2. Okay, line 2, you're on the wireless. We can cut that bit out later. Line 2.
Unhygienic. Go on.
Hello, Barry. Have you ever auditioned for Davros?
Oh, good question.
I auditioned for him once. He was sat in the stalls at Her Majesty's Theatre. And I came out and he went, what are you going to give us? And I did my Shakespeare and my modern. But he wasn't listening. He was planning to take over the world. I'll never audition for that bloke again.
What, Bobby Davros?
Bobby Davros. He was ever so good and summer spectacular, Bobby Davros.
Let's go to line 5. Line 5, you're through to Barry's Keep Your Spirits Up special. What would you like to ask him tonight, please?
I'd like to ask him what his best hopes are for the next year.
Ooh,
best
hopes.
And a question from a lady at last. You've got a lovely voice, my darling. Nice and nice and low, sexy, French. Is it Gauloise that gets that lovely Frenchy act? Anyway, what was the question again?
What are your hopes for the next year?
Your best hopes.
Best
Not
hopes.
just your hopes.
Your best hopes.
My best hopes.
Your best
My
hopes.
best hopes.
Your best ones.
My best hopes is that really we're going to come through this unscathed.
Oh.
And despite what you've heard, Ian will keep hold of the show, and we can all keep meeting up. That they have a change of heart, and he will stay on the air. And we can only hope that. And my darling, fingers crossed. And my second hope is that you, my sweet, sweet darling, and I go out for a lovely little drinky and some of your fags.
What will you be drinking? And what will she be drinking?
Well,
I mean,
steady.
I like a nice Campari.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And I like. Can you do a nice? Imagine we're out for a drink, Catherine. You're all Frenchified.
Okay. Let me get in the mood. Right. Okay, Barry, let's go for a little drink.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, what are you drinking there? Is that Campari? Or is that a Tazer?
It's a Campari and soda. Garçon, garçon, deux croissants, s'il vous plaît, for my little friends.
Oh, Barry, you're really spoiling me.
Oh, you are rather lovely. May I hold your hand?
Yes, okay. Let me just get it out of my handbag.
Incorrect. I'm not allowed to hold your hand.
Yeah, that's
And
incorrect.
We should be 2 meters apart. You're get out of town.
Barry.
Can I ask you? We had an interesting question there. What are your best hopes for the year? Can I ask you, Barry? What are your worst hopes for the coming year?
Well, what happens to a man of my age is occasionally, it was alluded to earlier, you can sit on the old onion bag unless you're careful.
Yeah.
And occasionally what I've done, and this is a little bit graphic, but I'll go easy. If I'm in a hurry to sit on the toilet, it's a little stiff for our toilet seat, and I just push it down on my bottom, and I've actually sat with the old onion bag stuck underneath the rim, and it's blooming painful.
Okay.
Always make sure that the toilet seat is down, because it's my worst fear that any of you will crush yourself.
Okay.
And on that bombshell,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, you off?
Hey?
Are you off?
No,
Okay.
I thought that might have killed it.
No. Let's go to. We got a couple more calls coming in. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Madras? Hello, darling. Hello?
Madras or Jalfrezi?
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
Something about a jalfrezi?
I could murder a jalfrezi if I'm completely honest. Line 2, you're on the wireless. We've got 2 more calls. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Oh, hi. It's a very, very simple question for Barry. Just wanted to know
Hello, my love.
Sticks for fingers or ball sacks for toes.
Sorry? What was that?
I don't know, but it was indecent. I would like to have neither of those, really.
Okay.
Just keep things as they are.
Okay, thank you. And the last call for, and boy, oh boy, that 4 weeks of work. Oh, it said, Sam said the question was dick for fingers or ball sacks for toe. No, that's horrible. We don't want that.
No, that's horrible. That's out of order.
Yeah. Okay. And the last question comes from line 5. Line 5, you are through to Barry. This has been a real success. We'll do this again. I think we'll do this every 5 years.
Hi, Barry.
Yes. Hello, darling. You've got a sultry voice.
Oh, thank you. Can I ask on a touchy subject?
Okay, go on.
Okay, if you was to come home one day and you walked into the bedroom and Mr. Halifax was there, would a red mist come over you?
Yes,
or would you participate?
That escalated.
What did he say?
With the
Red mist, or would you
mist.
participate?
Oh.
Well, no, the red mist. With the blue crosses would descend.
Yes.
Mind the red mist.
Okay.
Yeah, he would not be given any extra.
What, Wayne, can we ask you, Wayne, have you been in that situation? And were you...
With my wife? No,
Did you make a deposit?
I have planned, but it was very successful.
What happened?
The only thing I'm worried about Barry, I mean, I did it at 45. I don't think Barry would survive too.
No. Okay. Barry's too old for a three-way surprise sex. All right, Wayne, thank you very much.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well,
Good God, yes.
But you'd have to build up to it slowly. You'd have to know 6 months in advance and be reminded on a daily basis. Well, Barry, that was wonderful. I think the spirits. Let me just look at the. Hang on a second. Let me just check the data.
Yes.
Oh, I've got a live reading. The spirits are at an all-time high, Barry. It worked.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, keep happy, everyone, and I'll say night.
No night, Barry.
Night. Oh,
No night.
Love you all. Night. Bye-bye.
What a terrible feature. We're never doing that again. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Don't forget to join in the Clap for Carers tonight at 8 with the Sun Who Cares Wins campaign. Nominate your NHS hero at thesun.co.uk/whocareswins.
Life's worry list has been too long recently, and as an insurer, we're here to shorten that list, not to add to it. So if you're a Churchill customer and need more flexibility in paying your premium, call us. And flexibility is what you'll get. Oh yes. Doing whatever we can to help you chill. Churchill. Visit our website to find out more. Underwritten by UK Insurance Limited.
Switch to Sky Broadband Superfast. It's so reliable, we'll guarantee you get the speed we promised or money back. It's £27 a month for 18 months with a £19.95 setup fee. So stay connected with super reliable Sky Broadband Superfast. Switch or recontract, visit sky.com.
Prices may change during this period. Include Sky Pay As You Talk. Sky Fibre area speeds vary by location. If speed drops below minimum download speed for 3 consecutive days, we will refund 1 month subscription. Claim twice in minimum term after first 14 days. See sky.com/guarantee. New line installations may be subject to delay.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Let's go to Lorna. Good evening, Lorna.
Hi there, Ian. Thank you for that very, very amusing item.
You're
with
welcome.
Barry from Watford.
You're welcome.
I'm just glad you didn't ask me to ask him a question.
No, well, you'd probably
Because
asked him
I
out on a
found
date.
No, I've got a few standards. I'm phoning about the death records.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Lovely. Yes, nice and upbeat topic. I like it.
That's it. Well, the thing is, I think it's been far too nicey so far.
Okay.
Because I've got one that is about a guy who actually plans and carries out a murder within the song. I don't know if you're familiar with Nick Cave and his kind of music.
Do you know what? I don't
with
know
Kylie.
much Nick Cave. The only Nick Cave song I know, and I really like it, and I nearly opened the show with it yesterday, it's a very poppy song called Nature Boy. And I love that song, but I'm also aware it's really unlike everything else that he's done. I know some people that made a documentary about Nick Cave. They're good friends with Nick Cave. But I don't know his stuff, and it's such a vast catalogue, I wouldn't know where to start. But go on, tell me.
No, well, I only know this one because he did a duet with Kylie as a
Kylie,
favourite.
I know this.
Yeah, of course he did.
It's very poetic. Nick Cave and Kylie, Where the Wild Roses Grow.
Oh, is that
It's
about
very engrossing.
is that about a murder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kylie. That was when Kylie was becoming a rock chick, becoming a naughty lady. Her and Hutchins and Cave. Well, good for them. So, are you a fan of Nick Cave, Lorna, or just that crossover with Kyle's?
I don't mind him. I don't own any of his stuff, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I'd.
Fleetwood Mac and.
Oh, well, the Fleetwood Club, the classic. All right, Lorna, we shall put it on the list. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Have you ever found yourself involved in a surprise threesome?
No.
Would you?
Would I? Not at the moment because I'm in isolation.
Okay.
Okay.
But
She's not ruling it out.
But
No.
if it happened, you could, and it was safe to do so. Everyone was COVID free. You'd be in there.
I might consider it. Yeah.
We're just waiting for the Prime Minister to announce that that's okay again, aren't we? That's what we want.
Well, Lorna, we'll keep our fingers crossed and our legs uncrossed for you.
Well, I'll see you doing that on Sunday evening this
Nice
week.
one. Thank you, Lorna. We'll give you a big wave. Take care. Thanks a lot. 0344 499 1000. Nick Cave's son died, didn't he? I think he was 14 or 15, and I think he fell from, I think it was Beachy Head. He fell off. Really, really sad, really sad story. And that's kind of all I really know about him. Some people that I work with, Jane and Ian, who are some artists, and I can't remember their last name now, I've gone to say their name, made a really good documentary about him. But I don't really know much about him.
I was just at that age when he did that thing with Kylie where I just found him frightening and didn't pursue it any further, whereas now I would probably find him intriguing.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
Oh, you know, as
He's
a
got some
kid, I
voice
was
on
used to
him.
sort of pop music. Yeah, and also he's got a point of view and he's got an interesting way of seeing, doing his thing. I'm into that. But at the time I just thought, Kylie, what are you doing? This is weird.
He lives in Brighton, I think.
Well, that makes sense.
Doesn't it? We've got loads of calls. Let's go. So let's take them. Let's go. That's the obvious thing, isn't it? I'm sat there thinking we've got loads of calls. I know. Let's speak to them. Robert, you're on the wireless.
Oh, thank you so much, Ian.
Oh.
Are you exercising the virus correctly? Are you in the studio or are you at home?
What's it got to do with you?
Everything to do with me.
Nothing to do with you.
It's got everything
You can't
to
even
do
speak.
with me.
You can't even speak the language properly. Are you exercising the virus properly? What does that even mean? Doesn't even mean anything. Ask me a question in English that makes sense.
Ask me anything you want to.
I don't want to ask you anything. You've called me and you've asked me a question that doesn't mean anything. So try again in English.
Right, okay. Let's put it plain so you understand. Are you in the studio or are you at home?
None of your business.
You reckon?
I know.
What do you know?
That it's none of your business.
You're trying to annoy me?
Oh, I'm not trying.
What a boring caller. Bye-bye.
And he's gone. It worked. It
what
worked.
was that?
That was
What was that?
That was micro
Bristling
penis
from the start.
aggression.
Yeah.
None of his business where I'm doing the show from. Also, we've kind of talked about it a real lot.
But also, if we were in the studio, what of it?
And if we weren't in the studio, what of it? I mean, what of it? What's it got to do with you? Lockdown's over. We'll do what we ever want to do.
It felt like he wanted to hear something that would allow him to excoriate.
Kath, you just got no words over 5 letters when we're referring to that last call. Please, let's be fair. Come on, you're being unfair to the guy. But that's the first time. Please tell Little 'Un that someone actually hung up when she said bye bye to them. That was extraordinary. Nikki's on the line. Good evening, Nikki.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hi,
I've got another couple of songs.
Love it. Go on.
But they're ghostly ones, so I don't know if that counts or not.
Yeah, go on. Well, let's
I
see.
think it counts.
Well, you didn't invent the
Yeah.
game, Catherine. No. Whoa, ladies, please. You didn't invent the game, Catherine. Me did. Me be the judge. Nick, I don't know why I'm speaking like that. Nikki, please.
So the first one is Camouflage by Stan Ridgway.
I'm giving you that. Of course, that one counts. Of course,
Yeah.
Of course, Camouflage counts. That's a great song.
And then my favourite one is by Godley and Cream, and it's Under Your Thumb.
Oh, I don't know. I don't. Godley and Cream and 10cc. I've never really got. I don't really understand them. It's all a bit. And so what is this song about?
It's about a man getting on a train and feeling like someone got on behind him, but he never caught their eye. And then he thinks he hears a woman's voice.
Sounds like Looking for
whispering
Linda.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and yes, it's very similar. And then he, it's basically, I think he sees. I'm just seeing if I can find the lyrics. I think he sees her, and he hears someone singing, "Don't want to be under your thumb forever." My dad used to sing that with other lyrics, actually. And then he finds a newspaper cutting with a woman that threw herself from the train. It's it's a slightly dirgy song, but it's one of my favourites.
Bleak song.
It doesn't come across as being that bleak.
No, but
it's like a story.
Brilliant.
It is.
I love it.
Quite a nice one.
I love it. All right. How are you doing, Nikki? How are you? Are you at home or are you in the studio? No. How?
It's none of your business.
You're trying to annoy me. But that thing.
I've been at home a while.
How are you? How are you getting on with all of this? You doing all right?
I'm good. You might not remember, but I lost my 19-and-a-half-year-old cat the same week you lost Velvet.
I do remember. Yes, I do remember. Yeah.
And I'm counting down a couple of weeks because I'm going back to a 4-cat household, and I'm so excited.
So you've got
I
3
have that
cats
to look
now.
forward to. I have 3 now, and I'm getting another girl.
Oh,
I feel like there's one missing.
Isn't it? I very briefly for maybe a couple of months was a 5-cat household, which was insane. But I'm full. The 4 cats, I'm full. All 4 of them are kind of getting on now. They're kind of getting on. Lucky still gives George a swipe every now and then, and George walks around like Daddy Big Balls. But I'm so thrilled, Nikki, and I talk to them and I tell them off and I praise them and I ask them what they're up to, and it's having 4. It never occurred to me you could have more than 1 pet. It never occurred to me. And having the freedom of living on my own and having Velvet with me at the time, I thought, I can get more. And it's a joy. And I thought 4 cats would be too many, Nikki, but do you know what? It's brilliant, isn't it?
It works.
And are you what are you doing? Are you getting a kitten? Are you getting a rescue? It could still be a kitten. What's...
Yeah, I'm getting a kitten so I got my last cat from the cattery.
Yep.
Because this lovely lady takes in strays and things, and she's got 16 non-paying guests at the moment. One of those will be my new kitten. They've all got homes though, which is great.
Wow.
So it's just easier to integrate a kitten than a sort of fully grown one.
All of my cats have been rescued, and I was so lucky. I mean, the Lucky and Mucky. Well, Velvet I got when she was 2. Lucky and Mucky I got when they were a few months old, but they were quite big, and I didn't think I'd be able to get like proper kittens. And George and Patty, when I met them the first time, they could both fit in the palm of my hand, and it was
lovely.
It was just, I mean, you look at them now, and I mean, Patty's not grown very much at all, but 4 cats. I thought it would be a mess, and it can get a little bit stinky if they're still using the litter tray, which all of these idiots are. But there's something magic about 4, Nikki. When are you getting your new one? Have you? Does your new one exists?
Yes, I'm getting her the first week of June.
Oh, mate. Well done.
A couple of weeks.
Well done.
But I also wanted to say to you guys, I'm really looking forward to Sunday. I've signed up for your rabbit hole, and I'm really excited about that.
I pray to God. I just know in our luck, I'm going to get up Sunday. Zoom is dead. The internet has been switched off for 24 hours. Thank you, Nikki. We will wave to you, and we hope you enjoy it. We've got some silly things planned for it, so it should be a laugh. Good luck with the cat pictures, please.
Thank you. You take care now.
Take care, Nikki. Bye-bye. Do you never think, Catherine, one's enough for you, isn't it?
No, I would have more.
Oh, really?
I'd have more. Yeah, because she's fun and all, but she's quite aloof. I want a snuggly one.
This is partly why I Lucky and Mucky, because they're feral. They were feral, and they're great, and they have moments of affection, but generally I open them out.
This is it. I'm quite happy to hoover up those little crumbs of affection that she throws me now and again, and I feel very, very special. And that's the great thing about cats over dogs. You know, dogs will love you whatever you do, whereas a cat really does choose their moment.
Hannah's just sent us a picture of her cat. My God, that's a stunner.
I love Willow. I love her. I've definitely got room for...
We have after the show, we have a little WhatsApp video chat where we just go through the show about what we thought worked, what we didn't, callers that annoyed us, you know, stuff like that. Just a little debrief. And I'm generally in bed at that point because I go pretty much straight to bed. And I'll show Kath. I tend to have 3 cats on the bed. Very rarely do I get 4. And then I'll go, "Where's yours?" And Willow is just sat somewhere looking very grumpy, very arrogant, very, very arrogant. Your cat, cocky.
She's just got that's just her resting face. She's actually not a grumpy cat. She's really easygoing.
Yeah.
But she is not a lap cat. She will, and apparently that's quite common with British short hairs, that they will sit by you. They want to be around you. She's with me now, but she doesn't want to sit on my lap. She doesn't want strokes necessarily. You know, if I do go over and stroke her, she will purr and everything. But there'll also be a limited time, which will go, right, that's enough. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
You can move on now.
But then they're also different. You know, Lucky and Mucky say I open the door in the morning and I generally don't see them all day because they go off having adventures, and turns out they go and sleep in Betty's house next door. I've since found out. But whereas George and Patty will stay pretty close to me all day. If Patty can't find me, you'll hear her crying, and I have to go, Pat, I'm up here, darling. She's
quite high maintenance.
She's quite high. She's a daddy's girl, but I love it. And they're all so different, and they're all different to how Velvet was, you know. And it's. I love it. I miss Willow. I want to give because Willow lived with me for a week while you were away, and I want to see.
Tiny.
I want to see Willow again.
Yeah, she's great. She's great, and she's getting to be so big. But I'm still the only one she allows to pick her up, and it is an allowance thing. Again, it's kind of she'll put her paw on my cheek. So that when the time is up, she'll give it a little push really gently. There's no claws involved, but she lets me pick her up. But everyone else can bog off as far as she's concerned.
Me and my youngest are the only ones that can pick up any of the cats. Because my youngest, when I got the girls, and then I got Patty and George. He's brilliant. The eldest is good as well, but he's brilliant, and he's got the patience. And I would go up. I wonder where my youngest was, and I'd go upstairs. He'd be sat at the top of the stairs with a blanket on his lap and some cat biscuits on his lap, trying to get George, Mucky and Lucky to sit on his lap. Now, they were never really kind of lap cats, but because of that, the babies love him, and the cats will allow him to pick them up.
One of the things I love about your youngest is he's kind of a boy in a cat form, isn't he? Because he's loco.
Yeah, God.
But super affectionate, but also the that whole thing with the animals, he's just got this touch about him that means that they like. And
always the same with the dog. His dog, that it's they're best friends, and I feel sorry for everyone else because he's just got a vibe that animals respond to, and you can see it. Yeah. It's incredible. Let's take a quick break. Tim, we're going to come to you after that. Then we've got time for some more calls. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative. I'm Iain Lee. She's Katherine Boyle, and you're listening to Talk Radio.
Online, on DAB, and on a Talk Radio app. Many of these businesses will need to operate in new ways to ensure they're safe. Talk Radio.
Thanks to National Lottery Players, South Denbighshire Community Partnership are now delivering hot meals to elderly people in the community like Bob and Sarah.
Thank you.
And £600 million of National Lottery funding is on its way to thousands more local projects across the UK during these exceptional times.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The National Lottery. Your numbers make amazing happen.
We're all in uncharted territory looking for ways to support our communities. At Dell Technologies, we're making sure small businesses have the right tech solutions. Dell Technologies advisors are here for you, helping small businesses stay connected and productive while working remotely with Windows 10 Pro and Microsoft Teams. We're standing by you every step of the way. Call us today on 0800 169 1745. That's 0800 169 1745.
The Independent Republic of Mike Graham.
Thank you,
on
Gecko.
Talk Radio.
The world is going on around us much better than people in the media would have.
Ruth, I'm not playing Billy Don't Be a Hero, but thank you for asking.
The government has been put in this ridiculous situation, but because it's so unprecedented, it may well be that they decide the best way out of it is just to keep borrowing.
The Independent Republic of Mike Graham. Weekday mornings from 10 on Talk Radio. Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Good evening, Tim.
Hello. I just thought I'd give you about a few of the song category conversations you're having at the moment.
Yes.
The death song one.
Yeah.
I had something in mind, and I thought, why hasn't anyone mentioned it yet? And then as I'm phoning to say it, I'm thinking, I've heard this song a lot. I actually don't know if it's a death song.
Oh.
And it's Ode to Billy Joe by Bobby Gentry.
Go on, Kath, you want to take this one?
Yeah, because it's just about that song is incredible, isn't it? And it's one of those ones you listen to it and you go, what exactly went on there? So
Yeah.
something got thrown over the bridge.
Yeah, well, and I'm thinking about it. I've never known what that was.
My theory has always been that it was a baby.
It's never been properly explained.
It is dark. It is dark, isn't it?
Well,
Something
hang on.
got thrown off the side of the bridge, right?
But Billy
Yeah,
Joe.
but we're not concentrating on it properly. I kind of thought that Billy Joe himself was jumping off the bridge, but obviously not.
Well, no, Billy Joe did jump off the
He gets
Tallahatchie
arrested,
Bridge.
doesn't he?
No.
Why did he do that?
Hang on. No.
We need to reassess this whole
No,
thing.
no. We're conflating two songs. Hang on. Here we go. Billy Joe jumps off. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Hang on.
No, it was what gets thrown over the
No.
bridge.
Billy Joe. She and Billy Joe were throwing something off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Yeah, Billy Joe jumps off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Oh, yes, someone's come round to tell them while they're eating dinner, isn't it? Yeah.
The day the Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. That's here we go. Here we go. So it is. Hang on.
She and Billy Joe, but like chapter 4, verse 4, someone who looks like her and Billy Joe threw something off the bridge.
Yeah, but Billy Joe jumps off. Here we go.
I was out chopping cotton and my brother was baling.
It does take quite a while. But listen, I don't regret playing this. This is great.
And at dinner time we stopped and walked back to the house to eat.
I like the fact you can hear her slightly buck teeth.
And Mama hollered at the back
Oh, she's so beautiful, Bobby Gentry. My God, what a voice.
Busy mouth.
Oh,
Ticks all
lovely.
your
Here we go.
And then she said, I got some news this morning from Choctaw Ridge. Today, Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Oh, it's that bit when she goes deep. Oh, my God.
Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the
There.
Tallahatchie Bridge.
I want to marry that bit.
Today, Billy
This bit
Joe
where it goes,
McAllister
there.
jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
A bit jumped off. I want to marry the bit where she goes, jumped off. Man, what a sexy voice. So Billy Joe McAllister dies. We think. Well, we don't know. We know he's tried to kill himself at the very least. And we think something was tossed over the edge. We don't know what. The rumour is it was a baby. The movie makes it a baby, I believe. But Bobby Gentry has always remained tight-lipped as to what exactly it was they were tossing
It's
off.
about dark secrets, obvs.
Yeah. So that counts. That's a great suggestion you got there, Tim.
Oh, well, okay, good. Well, I'm glad I got it right. I knew that was going to be the case. Anyway, so,
liar.
I like your
I've
confidence.
got a couple of others.
Yeah.
One of which I sent you via Twitter the other day, but I don't know if you saw it, but when you were talking about songs with sirens...
Oh, yeah, go on.
There was one by Ice Cube. Did you see that tweet I sent you?
I don't remember.
Okay, it was last week. So there's, on his album, America KKK's Most Wanted...
Oh, okay.
Track number 2, I won't say the title.
Oh, yeah, did you say it was unplayable on the radio, though?
Yes.
Yes, I remember that.
I remember
yes,
that.
I remember.
The actual piece where the siren kicks in, I love that bit because the bass line that kicks in at the same time, it's really well mixed together. It's just like the siren's almost part of the music. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, I've just reminded of another song about a car because I was thinking of someone dying. I was thinking of like 50s and 60s. Of course, the Bare Naked Ladies. Tonight
Bare
is the
Naked
night
Ladies.
I fell asleep at the wheel, which is about a guy singing from the perspective of he's in a car crash and then the ambulance are coming and then he dies. It's incredible.
God, yeah, it's awful.
There's some song tonight, and apparently it's
Quite
based.
uplifting, but-
Uplifting. It's based on someone's brother died.
Yeah.
It wasn't Stephen Page's, was it? Tonight.
I want to say Ed's, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll Google it. Go on. Yeah, do you have anything else, Tim?
The last one, which is a category that you haven't mentioned, well, you sort of reminded me of it when you said singles that have got a great A and B side.
Yes.
Now, this doesn't quite fall into that category, but when I was younger, I discovered in my dad's singles collection the B side of Dire Straits' Private Investigations.
Yeah.
Which is a novelty song. And I wouldn't have put Dire Straits down for doing novelty songs.
No,
but
very
have
very
you ever
dry
heard it
band.
called-
Very very dry band.
Yeah, well, it's called Badges, Posters, Stickers and T-shirts.
Yeah.
And it basically, I think it's them taking the mick out of fans who come up to them after the gig or whatever and start trying to get free stuff. So I just wondered if you ever heard it because I used to do martial arts when I was a kid, and I remember playing that. I don't know why I got into this routine. I played that every time I got ready to go out and do some martial arts. It wasn't particularly a violent song, but yeah.
I don't know the
just
song.
wondered if you heard of it.
I don't know the song. I might check it out tomorrow if I get the time. Tim, thank you very much indeed. I'm now googling who was it who died in the. Anyway, Stephen Page wrote it, but maybe I got it wrong. Let's go to Dale. Good evening, Dale.
Hello, sir. How are you?
None of your business. What have you got for us, sir?
It's none of my business.
Correct.
I'm always drunk when I call you, Ian. I've called you a couple of times, but I want to explain a story that do you take confessions?
What do you mean by confession?
Well, I told you that I wrote a song about your cat. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I didn't. I wrote about someone else's cat, and when I got back home,
yeah,
I heard your story about your cat passing away.
Right.
And I couldn't remember the name of the other lady's cat. It was an old school friend.
Yes.
So it wasn't about your cat.
Okay, never mind. Why are you telling us that now?
Because I'm not so drunk as I was when I called you last time.
You sound quite drunk.
I am, yeah, but I'm not an aggressive drunk or anything like that.
No, but most drunks are boring.
Okay, well, I've got a good rock and roll story for you then.
I'm going to pass.
Okay.
Call us when you're sober.
Why?
Boring. No. Drunks are boring, and I think it's disrespectful.
Oh, I didn't mean to be that. Sorry.
That's all right, and I don't want to make a thing of it. But me and Kath are really tired. We put in so much work into this show, and to have people phone up that won't remember the conversation, it just feels like a waste of our time. I get it's a late night show. Of course, you can have a few people who've had a few drinks, but it just feels disrespectful to the show and to us.
Yeah.
So give us a call when you're sober.
Oh, I can't. I'm too shy.
No, you can do it. Listen to you. The thing is, the person you are when you're drunk, that's you. That's you. It's not the alcohol that's giving you the courage to call in. You think it's the alcohol giving you the courage to call in, but it's not. It's you. It's you.
I'm a musician.
Right. I'm a radio presenter. Pleased to meet you. But it's you that I want to talk to. I don't want to talk to a bottle of Beck's. I want to talk to you. And you
Jack
can phone
Daniels.
up. Well, then Jack Daniels is even worse, for crying out loud. It's even worse. It's even. Why do you feel you need to drink to call us?
Oh, because I'm so shy.
But okay. But you sound drunk, and you sound but that's not a nice sound.
Okay.
It's not a nice sound. I bet you're a nice guy, right? But the alcohol gives a veneer of arrogance and indifference, and I don't think that is you.
Can I interject? This is a bit like, if I was sitting on a train and you came sitting next to me having had too much to drink, do you think that's an okay way to approach someone?
Not at all.
Well then,
I like you. What did you call in for? I'm going to let you because I like you. But if at any point I feel it rambling out of control, I am going to say goodnight.
Yep.
Okay, because this is my house. This is mine and Kath's house. Separate bedrooms, obvs.
Yep.
And we're very careful about who we invite into the house now. Okay? So go on.
Of course. Well, that was it, really. I mean, I only wanted to explain.
Okay. Well,
Something
I
like
appreciate your explanation of that, and I am not upset. So we are all cool, and I really look forward to speaking to you when you're sober. You can do it.
God bless you for that.
God bless you, Dale, and all who sail in
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. 0344
Thanks, Dale. Bye.
499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. And I know it's a late night show, and that turning away drunk people is maybe contrary to what we're the tradition of this. It's just we really want, Kath and I talked about this, we really want to make this show as interesting and as fun as possible. We want it to be fun, right? And I don't think it's been fun for a while, and that's okay because we're in a really strange situation that is completely unnormal and unique in human history. And so, of course, it's going to get bogged down because we're going through what you're going through, or we're going through our versions of what you're going through. But we do think, this is what we talk about in our little debriefs afterwards, we both think that we have allowed the show to really be slowed down by dull drunks. Not all drunks are dull, but quite often we'll get a phone call because I talk so openly about sobriety. Someone will phone up and explain for 15, 20 minutes how alcohol is ruining their life and it's ruined their job and it's ruining their relationship and they want to stop but they can't stop. And long 15-minute, intense, sad story. And then they will say to me, Iain, how did you get sober? And I'll say, well, I got sober by going to AA and NA meetings and sitting in church halls and school halls and rooms above cafes and working through the 12 steps. And so often the person will go, yeah, I went to a meeting once and I didn't like it. I didn't like all that God stuff. What other ways are there? And we've just wasted 20 minutes because I don't know any other ways. I tried so many other ways. I tried different drugs and different drinks and trying to only take drugs at weekends and going around the world and working and sex and food and psychology and psychiatry and antidepressants and medication and all of that, right? And hypnosis and everything. And none of it worked for me. Works for some people, but none of it worked for me. So if you're going to, give us the really sad story, which I've heard a million times, but I'm happy to sit and listen. If you're then going to not dismiss my experience, because that's all I've got. That's the only thing I can share with you. The only way I know how to get sober is the way I got sober. And that was to get my ass to meetings and sit in meetings that I did not want to sit in and talk to people I did not want to talk to and put my hand up and share when I really, really, really didn't want to share. That's it. It worked for me. It worked for me twice.
And the problem is when we have the same conversation more than once with the same person because they don't remember. And we've had callers who we've had the same conversation with 5, 6, 7 times maybe. At that point, you've got to say to yourself, I don't know whether this is right.
And it's the one we always bring up is Alistair, because we had that conversation 5 or 6 times, and in the end we had to tell him to stop calling us.
Yeah.
Best thing we could have done. Now look at me, just celebrated a year. Best thing we could have done was banning him from the show.
Yeah. Stop apologising to me and show me what you're going to do about it.
Yeah. Let's squeeze in Steve. Good evening, Steve.
Hello there.
Steve,
Two more songs.
Here we go. Yes, please.
Can we fit in Bohemian Rhapsody?
Ooh,
Yeah,
it's,
I
mean,
guess.
technically, yes, I have to. I'd rather not, Steve, but
Okay,
I
that's
have to
fair.
abide by the rules, and we have to put it in there, Steve. Yes, we can. Well done.
Okay. And what about Richard Marx Hazard?
Oh,
Yes.
well played.
What
Well,
happened to her?
checkmate, Steve. We just don't know, but it wasn't him. He swears he left her by the water,
The river.
wasn't it?
He
Yes,
should
it
have
was
walked her
water.
home, shouldn't he?
Should have done.
Should have walked her home.
I think
Yeah.
he did it. I think he did it.
Yeah.
Sounds so
it's
convincing,
a
though,
bit
doesn't
dodgy,
it?
innit?
I swear I left her by the river. Oh really, boy?
would say that, wouldn't you?
You would say that, boy? I'm going to get this shotgun and stick up your ass.
Is the lyric "that boy ain't right" or "that boy ain't white"?
That boy ain't right.
And right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
In the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve. Let's go to Matthew. Good evening, Matthew.
Good morning.
Oh, cocky.
You all right, Ian?
Turn your radio off.
Yeah, sorry, I'm watching you. I'll just turn that down.
Dirty boy. Not on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's watching me through my window.
Yeah, no, yeah. You touched on the drugs and everything there, and I just wanted to say that, you know, them lessons in school that when you're in year 8, year 7, and if someone comes round,
Copper brings round a block of hash and some acid and shows you what it looks like.
Oh, Copper brought a
Yeah.
frame full of contraband stuff, and we were like, "Oh, that's what it looks
Yeah,
like." Thanks
everyone
very
thinks
much.
it looks
you're
really cool.
pointing and you can see it,
Yeah.
and they tell you this, that bad, don't touch them. But then you're thinking, oh, I wonder what that's like. And then when it comes round to it, when you're 17, 18, 19, you give in and try it.
Yeah.
Try things. And even worse, for the people that don't have much, that are poor, like that's they go straight to it, because in school you were always told not to go near them, but you're curious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh no, I think
So
that
don't know
the
whether
drug
it's
education
still
that I went through in the 80s and the 90s, it don't work. It made me more interested in taking
Sure,
drugs.
yeah.
It made me really interested. It don't work.
Same, yeah. So I wonder whether they still happen in school. I think they shouldn't. I think kids now that are growing up, that have grown up now, that are teenagers, they know to stay away from the hard stuff because they've seen.
Nah, I don't think it works like that. Listen, we got to go.
No.
We got to go, Matthew. I don't
Do
think
you
it
not?
works like that. No, and I would love to have a longer chat with you, but we're at the end of the show. I think
Tomorrow.
give us a call tomorrow, because I'd love to chat. I think young people are always going to experiment, and I think we should set out a groundwork where they can experiment and know the boundaries and the risks. Anyway, Julia, well, this is the first. Look, Catherine, we couldn't get to all of the calls on the switchboard. I'm really sorry. Sam, thank you. Catherine, thank you. Mods, thank you. Stay tuned. Daryl's up next. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Guys, have a good one.
Thank you, mate. See you later on.
No worries. Bye.
50p on Mini Lotto at Lottoland.
That was some kind of show. Some people think we're being too harsh with the callers. I just had a text. I've deleted it, so I can't tell you. Text there saying, "How dare you speak to that caller like that?" But no, I'll speak to him how I want, because our job, is to make the show interesting, and also, I don't know. I can't be bothered to explain it. I can't be bothered to explain. I don't have to explain it. No, there's flies and mosquitoes everywhere. No Twitch tonight, no Twitch switch, because I have to go to bed, because I've got the boys upstairs and we are going to be up early for school. It was a good show tonight. Despite everything, that was a good old show tonight. Thank you, mods. Gary and Matt and Gatford and Pete and Amy and Jeff. I don't know. I think Jeff was in earlier. Jeff may have gone. Thank you, mods. Really appreciate it. We're getting there. My hair looks great like this, doesn't it? I look like Xanadu or something. Subscribe. subscribe. It really helps me. Thank you for your message, Paul. I'm all right. It really helps me. Let's see if we can get this up to 10,000 subs. That would be really helpful. Check out my Twitch, my Patreon. Check out whatever you want to check out. No, actually, don't check anything out. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. No Twitch for me till next week. Good night. God bless. Oh, hang on a minute. Can't